was your exam?
It's okay.
Okay. Majorly you are targeting 2025. Palak,
Yes,
like you felt good about it, right? So which was the subject you liked the most?
it's polity only.
Okay. Why did you like polity most?
So because I was able to attempt the polity questions.
Saloni is from batch A or batch B?
So batch B.
Batch B. Palak is from batch A. If you analysis the entire paper of political science, now that section of 20, all the questions asked yeah, all the questions in that question paper were from your notes.
Yes,
Exactly
sir.
in your from your notes. जिन्होंने batch A में पढ़ाई किया, they have done till DPSC, So DPSC and president also they have covered. Every question was from the class notes. So yesterday Palak was talking to me and she was asking me like, how did you like get this notes, entire notes? So basically, I jokingly told her that due to COVID, UPSC misplaced their books, so I gave them my notes to prepare question paper. So all the questions were from notes, and after the first section, I just shared the question paper and told you guys that everything is from the notes. So basically, I was happy with polity. That adds a lot of pressure on me because since it was an easy comparatively, the polity was, we can't say it was easy comparatively, polity was at a much better space. Next time I expect that polity is going to be very tough. I expect that polity is going to be very tough, and there is no doubt about it. And if I analysis the paper next time, the history is going to be much easier. That's what I feel. So but don't worry, it will be from the notes only. So the plan is very simple. Three faculties, next 3 hours, will be discussing the UPSC question paper of 2020. See, there are few things to be you should keep in mind. The first thing you should keep in mind is one question can have like, हो सकता है कि there can be a variation. What UPSC thinks and the faculty thinks is different. Okay, there can be a variation. Okay, uh, exact what UPSC's perspective we will come to know about only once the UPSC releases their answer key. We were going through the questions. I had an opinion. Sanjeev sir had an opinion. Kulbhushan sir had an opinion, different opinion, and Amit had a different opinion about a question. So even the faculties had a various opinion on a single question. We went through other academies as well. They were having some other opinion. So basically, the person who is analyzing the question paper, it is their opinion. Okay, they might have done justice to it. I hope all the three persons have done justice to it. Exactly 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Kulbhushan sir will be analyzing the paper, the first part of the paper. 5 to 6, Amit sir will analysis the paper. 6 to 7, Sanjeev sir will analysis the paper. So all these individuals will be analyzing the question paper of UPSC 2020. This analysis is done. I won't be analyzing the paper. Okay. I won't be analyzing. And this analysis is basically done to make you understand what exactly is the pattern of UPSC, what exactly UPSC is demanding. Some people said the paper was very easy, but the feedback I got from students and all around, the paper was quite difficult. The paper was literally difficult. And that is why I want you to understand what UPSC is putting. Key, like your thinking might be different, the way UPSC is thinking might be different. If you look at the yesterday's history paper, no, history was like very like inside information was asked. Geography was there, economics was there. So what we want is we need to understand the pattern of the paper. That is why all the classes of today has been cancelled and all the classes has been converted into exam analysis. Basically, this is what we are going to follow for next 3 hours. Quality analysis Sanjeev sir will do. It is only that I am not doing the analysis. The entire 100 question will be analyzed. Okay, entire 100 question will be analysis today itself. Okay, why I am not doing analysis? I have some other work. Okay, analysis is their part. I told you guys, no? Okay, so all these people will do the analysis. Basically, what I wanted to tell, this will be a explanation. देखो, you don't ask much questions out of it कि ये क्यों नहीं, ये topic ऐसे क्यों नहीं. It is not for that. It is just to make you understand. It is just to make you understand कि यार पेपर कैसे आता है. ठीक है, how the paper is asked, what are the questions which are put in the paper. It is not to teach you something, it is just to make you understand what was the question pattern. I hope you guys got it. I hope you guys got it. Okay, anyone has any doubt? It is just to, economics will be done, every subject will be covered, 100 questions, science and technology, everything will be covered. Okay, basically 3 hours are there, no? So 3 hours we will cover up everything. Okay, so like I wanted to know the experience of Saloni. Saloni, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
So how was it overall?
Sir, since my series was A, तो पहला पहला पार्ट पॉलिटी का था, तो क्वेश्चंस आते थे तो एक कॉन्फिडेंस था कि पेपर आता है. मतलब मैंने पहले पूरा पेपर नहीं पढ़ा था. आई स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम वेरी फर्स्ट पेज, सो इट वाज आई वाज गेनिंग कॉन्फिडेंस कि पॉलिटी है और आई नो द क्वेश्चंस. फिर लेटर ऑन हिस्ट्री का पार्ट आया, ज्योग्राफी, तब उसके बाद आई वाज लाइक यार हिस्ट्री में तो मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. हिस्ट्री आई
Quality
फाउंड
was
इट वेरी,
quality
पॉलिटी आई
was
फाउंड इट, या
it was entirely from your notes, right?
यस सर.
जो ग्रुप ए में था उनके तो मजे आ गए कि 100% questions were from the notes. Palak, how was quality? I wanted to know about my subject. No?
The quality was good. Everything was from the notes only, but the rest of the subjects.
Rest of the subjects, see, the questions other subjects were difficult. That is why I told you, like, that is why I told you in my subject now you don't have to refer anything else. I made it clear much earlier. मैंने पहले ही बोला था कि I am covering up everything. Okay, so I am covering the concepts also, and see, I felt the questions were easy comparatively. चलो, anyways, good luck for the exam analysis. See, when they are doing the exam analysis, don't sit randomly. Sit with a pen and paper, write down the key points. साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी में कौन से पोर्शन से क्वेश्चन उठाया जा रहा है, ठीक है. हिस्ट्री, वेयर फ्रॉम वेयर दे आर आस्किंग, एंशिएंट दे आर आस्किंग दिस टाइम, मॉडर्न और एंशिएंट. Geography, try to keep these points in mind. This should remain in your minds for next 8 months. Okay, this is the first step we are building to reach that level. Like, we need to reach the UPSC level, so this is the first step. Keep these things in mind. Okay, that's all for myself. The first person to analyze the paper will be Kulbhushan sir, second person Amit, and third person Mr. Sanjeev. Okay, good luck guys. I'll hand over to them. Just a minute. Just a minute, guys. I'm just uploading his PPT. Okay. So in the meanwhile, you can get your notebooks. You can finish at 5. Huh? I see. I have given it at 4. So I want to. जल्दी भी हो जाएगा तब तक. Hello everyone. If you finish it early, let me. Hello everyone. How are you
Good
all?
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Palak. Good afternoon, Arya, Disha, Aman. कैसे सब लोग?
Good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon. So,
Good afternoon,
break.
sir.
Good afternoon. A break from history today. No class for history, but paper discussion. But in paper discussion again history. So, आप लोगों ने paper देखा? Did you all people have a look on the paper at the paper? So, what do you find? How was the paper? How was the question paper?
So history was difficult.
History was difficult. Okay, which subject was easy?
Quality.
Yeah, I don't know. मतलब इतना भेदभाव history के प्रति. Quality was so easy, and history was quite difficult actually. Okay, and overall, how you look at the paper? Was it a difficult paper or a easy paper? In which category would you put the paper? Okay, moderately difficult. Harini is saying difficult. Priyanka is also difficult. Okay, see, if someone asks me, so with all my experience in this field, I will say the paper was a difficult. Okay, this was a difficult paper, no doubt about it, no doubt about it. And if someone from a general category, some student, general category student, he's scoring anything more than say 90 to 95 marks, okay, so for sure he would be writing the mains this year. Okay, any student, any general category student, if he is getting more than 90-95 marks in this paper, then he or she would be writing the mains this year. That means the cutoff, my prediction, my cutoff prediction for this paper for general category students is 90 to 95 marks. ठीक है, किसी भी सिनेरियो में not more than 100, no, it will not reach 100, no, it cannot reach 100. ठीक है, it would be less than 100. So that's my prediction for this paper. And if cutoff is less than 100, at least the prediction is less than 100, then the paper is may easily be called as a difficult exam. Okay, so we'll discuss some of the questions, not some, we'll discuss the history questions. Okay, and we need to discuss all of the papers, so there are people waiting for their turns for the discussion, so we cannot give much time to the paper to the questions. Okay, so but we'll try to finish all the history questions plus some other questions also which I wanted to just discuss with you all. Okay, but we'll not go into the detail, we'll not go into the depth. Okay, okay, so shall we start? Okay, so the first question, okay, I'm the paper which I'm taking is this set A. Okay, this is the set A. These question numbers are for set A. Okay, okay. So this question, what is the question? With reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. Statement number 1 is Sthaviravadins belong to Mahayana Buddhism. Lokottarvadin sect was an offshoot of Mahasanghika sect of Buddhism, and the deification of Buddha by Mahasanghikas fostered the Mahayana Buddhism. All okay. So these are the 3 points. Now we need to see which of the points are correct from these points. ठीक है, so जब हम बुद्धिज्म पढ़ेंगे, when we will be studying Buddhism, I'll tell you that there were 4 councils which were held after the death of Buddha, after the Mahaparinirvana of Buddha, and in the second council there was this split in Buddhism into Sthaviravadins and Mahasanghika. ठीक है, and this Sthaviravadin does not belong to Mahayana, no, it belongs to Hinayan. ठीक है, it belongs to Hinayan Buddhism, Then Lokottarvadin sect was an offshoot of Mahasangika. Yes, this is correct. Lokottarvadin was an offshoot of Mahasangika. In fact, this Mahasangika, what they did, they did deification of Buddha. What is deification? Deification is treating someone as God. They're treating a person as God. Okay, so this is also correct. So these statements which 2 and 3 are correct. So option B would be the correct answer for this question. Okay. Okay. Then the next question, this was the easiest question from history, I guess. Which of the following statements correctly explains the impact of industrial revolution on India during the first half of the 19th century? Okay, first we need to see what is this first half of the 19th century. Okay, which are these years? These years are 1800 to 1850. ठीक है, these years are 1800 to 1850. So क्या हुआ था इस टाइम में इंडिया में? We have done this thing. Indian handicrafts were ruined. ठीक है. See, बाकी के एक बार हम options देखते हैं. We'll see the remaining options as well. Machines were introduced in the Indian textile industry in large numbers. Was it so? No, never. ठीक है. Railway lines were laid in many parts of the country. Okay, in many parts of the country, railway lines that took till in the period 1800 to 1850. How can it be possible when the first railway line was laid in the 1853? From Bombay to Thane, this was the first railway line. Okay, it was the first railway line. So this cannot be the answer. Then heavy duties were imposed on the imports of British manufacturers. Oh my God, ये कैसी बात हो? Imports. What is imports? Imports mean British products are coming into the company, and heavy duties, heavy taxes. अगर ऐसा होता तो कुछ और ही बात होती ना. This was not the case. So what is the answer? Option A. अच्छा, I wanted to tell you one thing, that this paper required one thing. No doubt the questions of history were very difficult. Okay, some of the questions were really very difficult, some were okay, some were easy also, like the last question. But if one strategy was followed, then at least an average student can solve some of the questions, and that strategy was the strategy of elimination. Okay, elimination. This was the strategy that had worked this time, elimination. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, this is not the thing that if this time history is difficult, so next year is again history would be difficult. No, UPSC is totally unpredictable. Okay, it is totally unpredictable, and at least I can say this thing, at least polity will not be the easy part in the next year. At least I can say this thing, if not history would be easy, but polity easy nahi hoga next year. Polity would be difficult, a bit difficult. They'll increase the level. This time though, at least I guess 20 questions, around 20 questions from polity, they were very simple. And there were around 20 questions from history and art and culture in totality, 20 questions from history and art and culture. And out of these 20, more than around 10 were difficult. The difficult level of these questions were difficult level. Okay, now this question, consider the following events in the history of India. Rise of Pratiharas. Okay, have anyone just heard all these things? Pratiharas, Pallavas, Cholas, all these things? Okay, ठीक है, तो अभी हम यहाँ पहुंचे नहीं हैं, so please ऐसे मत सोचना कि एक सब क्या आ गया. अच्छा, अमृता ने कभी नाम ही नहीं सुना है, सी पलक ने भी. ठीक है, so we'll do all these things. ठीक है, Pratiharas, Pallavas, Cholas, Palas, these Rashtrakutas, है ना? So these were the dynasties. So we need to, now for this question to solve, we need to know the time period of these dynasties. Okay, now if we know the time period of Pallava, the time period of Pallava was 600 to 630. Okay, 600 to 630. This was the time period of Pallava. Then Palas ka time tha. Palas ka time was 750 to 770. Okay. Then Pratihara ka time tha 836 to
885, and Chola, the duration of Chola was 9072 to 955. ठीक है, यानी first Pallavs would be there. Is it okay now, Pallav? Okay, first Pallav would be there, then Palas would be there, then Pratiharas, and then Cholas. That means the option would be C. Okay, so if in a question chronological order is asked, in that question we need to know the what was the duration of that, what was the date or duration of that particular thing which has been asked in the question. Okay, see, I have just put a map also showing that Pratiharas were this place, Palas were this place, Rashtrakutas were this place, then Pallavas were this place, Cholas were from this place. Okay, so we are not going at present into detail. Okay, next question. This was one of the question, like if you Google it, then automatically the answer would, you can just see the answer, and very few questions, I'm not talking about quality, but there were very few questions this time. If you Google it and Google will tell you the answer, Google भी fail हो रहा है बेचारा, ऐसा पेपर है, ठीक है? But this question Google was able to tell the answer in just seconds. Okay, what was this? Hundi. Hundi was a bill of exchange. Like, see, I have a copy of this. This is a hundi. This is written hundi. It is type of a receipt. I am paying you rupees 2500. Okay, so it is like a receipt that was used in the historical period. Okay, next question. Next question was with reference to the book Desher Katha. Okay, now this is one of the most difficult question of the paper. One of the most difficult question. In fact, I have seen some videos. I have seen some people's analysis. They have just uploaded, and many people have just told this answer as wrong answer. Okay, the answer they have told us as the wrong answer. So what is the question? First, we'll see the question. With reference to the book Desher Katha. Desher Katha was a book. Just a second, there is some misprinting here. With reference to the book Desher Katha, written by Sakharam Ganesh Deoskar. Just this, please cut this thing. Okay. With reference to the book Desher Katha, written by Sakharam Ganesh Deoskar during the freedom struggle. Please cut this part as well. During the freedom struggle, consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. This is the question. With reference to the book Desher Katha, written by Sakharam Ganesh Deoskar during the freedom struggle, consider the following statements. Number one, it warned against the colonial states' hypnotic conquest of the mind. What is hypnotic? Hypnotic क्या होता है? Anyone? Hypnotic?
Sir, hypnotic means to hypnotize, sir, to make someone do something.
Sleeping, to induce sleep types. Okay. It inspired the performance of Swadeshi street plays and folk songs. And statement number three is, the use of Desh by Deoskar was in specific context of the region of Bengal. Now the problem in this question is, okay, point number one and point number two, these are correct. This book Desher Katha, which was written by Sakharam Ganesh Deoskar, it warned against the colonial states' hypnotic conquest of mind. This was okay. See, what was this book telling? This book was written by this Sakharam Ganesh, who was a Marathi person, जिसके भी नाम के पीछे कर आता है, कर, ठीक है? जनरली तेंदुलकर, मंगेशकर, देवेशकर, सावरकर, all are Marathi people. Okay. This Sakharam Ganesh Devaskar, he was a Marathi person, but he and his family was living in Bengal. Okay. He and his family was settled in Bengal. He was a Brahmin. Then he wrote this book, Desher Katha. And in this book, what he wrote was British commercial and industrial exploitation of India. Okay, this thing he wrote in this book, British commercial and exploitation in India. So this book was written during the time of Swadeshi movement, 1904. In fact, this was the question of history optional at the earlier. आप पता नहीं आपको पता है या नहीं पता, पहले सी सेट की जगह पे ऑप्शनल का पेपर होता था, है ना, ऑप्शनल पेपर. One subject was also there. So this question is of the level of that optional paper. So this book was written in 1904. 1904. Why? To tell the people British commercial and industrial exploitation, which they were doing of India. So this was the correct thing. It warned against the colonial states of hypnotic conquest of the mind. This was the correct thing. It also inspired the performance of Swadeshi Street Plays because 1904 में लिखी थी, तो it was having a effect of this thing. Now the problem is the use of desh. Use of desh. What is desher katha means? Desh ki katha. So this statement is saying the use of desh. Desh means Bengal or desh means India. Now this is the point of contention. So the answer to this would be yes, this statement is correct. The word desh here, it was meant by Devaskar for Bengal. ठीक है, because Bengal के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा exploitation हो रहा था, so he wanted to tell people the exploitation which British were doing of the Bengal. No doubt he was a Maratha person. This was Sakharam Ganesh Devaskar. This was the cover of the book Desher Katha. Okay, ठीक है. This was a relatively easy question with some sigh of relief to the aspirants. The Gandhi-Irwin Pact included which of the following? Okay, now we'll see these statements. Number one, invitation to Congress to participate in the second round table conference. क्या लगता है आपको? This statement is correct? Is this statement correct? Yes, this statement is correct. In fact, after this Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Gandhiji went to England to attend the second round table conference. ठीक है, एक बार तो एग्जाम में in one of the exam one question was asked in what was the name of the ship in which Gandhiji traveled to attend this meeting. ठीक है. Okay, then next statement is withdrawal of ordinances promulgated in connection with the civil disobedience movement. Okay, we'll give a halt to this statement. Then first we'll see statement number 3 and 4. Statement number 3 is acceptance of Gandhiji's suggestion for inquiry into police excesses. Then point number 4 is release of only those prisoners who were not charged with violence. Okay. Okay. So we know that Gandhi-Irwin Pact, it was criticized. This Gandhiji was criticized, like he was not able for the cancellation of this death penalty of Bhagat Singh. ठीक है, Britishers ने ये बात नहीं मानी थी गांधी जी की. Gandhi ji requested to just cancel this the statement of death sentence of Bhagat Singh. Okay, now we know this thing that was the case. If that was the case, now the statement is release of only those prisoners who were not charged with violence. Okay, British ने इसलिए बात नहीं मानी थी because British had said that they were involved in Lahore conspiracy case and they were involved in violence. So हम ये बात तो नहीं मानेंगे. But okay, the political prisoners who were not charged with violence, okay, we will release them. So that means this statement is correct. That means statement number 1 is correct, statement number 4 is correct. Okay, that means this cannot be the answer, this cannot be the answer. Now statement number 1 is correct, statement number 4 is correct. So where is 1 here? That means answer should be this thing, 1, 2 and 4. ठीक है, so this should be the answer. And I'll tell you that two main demands of Gandhi which were not agreed by Irwin, they were number 1, a public inquiry into the police excesses during the suppression of the movement and commuting the death sentence of Bhagat Singh. So these were the two main demands of Gandhiji which was not agreed to by Lord Irwin in this pact, Gandhi-Irwin Pact 1931. So this was a relatively easy question. Okay, question number 28. The Vital Vidvansak, it's the first monthly journal to have the untouchable people as its target audience, was published by. Again, it is a very difficult question, and generally for GS history, we don't go into so much of depth. Generally, we don't go into so much of depth. Again, it was a history optional type of a question. Okay, so we have read Jyotiba Phule. Jyotiba Phule ने कौन सी बुक लिखी थी? गुलामगिरी. What he had founded, Satyashodhak Samaj. But nowhere we have heard like Vital Vidvansak. That is Jyotiba Phule we can eliminate. Okay. Gandhi के बारे में भी हमने, we know that Gandhi published Harijan, but nowhere this Vital Vidvansak was, we haven't heard. We haven't for B.R. Ambedkar also. But this was a question which is like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, don't know. So the answer to this question is Gopal Baba Valankar. This Gopal Baba Valankar, he worked for the cause of untouchable people. Okay? In fact, he developed a racial theory to explain the oppression of these untouchables. Okay? He developed a racial theory. Okay? This he was also a Marathi person. ठीक है, तो next question आ जाते हैं. With reference to the history of India, the terms Kulyavapa and Dronavapa, it denote. Again, this question was from ancient India, first of all. Okay, this question was from ancient India. And these things, Kulyavapa and Dronavapa, these are units of land measurement. Okay, these are units of land measurement. Dronavapa and Kulyavapa were related like 1 Dronavapa is equals to 8 Kulyavapa types. Okay, units of, these are the units of land measurement. Okay, now again a very interesting question. Who among the following rulers advised his subjects through this inscription? Now we don't read such type of quotes in history that whosoever praises religious sect and all these things. And we generally skip. But if you read this quote, if you are having time in exam, okay, go and give a reading to this. The quote says, whosoever praises his religious sect or blames other sects out of the excessive devotion to his own sect with the view of glorifying his own sect, he rather injures his own sect very severely. This statement is trying to say, कोई भी इंसान अगर अपने धर्म को या अपने जो को मानता है उसको, उसकी तो प्रेज करता है और बाकियों को ब्लेम करता है, और उसको लगता है उस बाकियों को ब्लेम करने से उसका धर्म का ग्लोरिफिकेशन होगा, ऐसा करने से वो अपने धर्म को बहुत ज्यादा इंजरी कर रहा है, severely injuring his own religion. So this is the thing. Now, okay, this statement is trying to say this thing. Now, one more thing in this, we haven't heard like Harshavardhana has written an inscription. You will never see like Harshavardhana related to inscriptions. Krishna Deva Raya related to inscriptions. Samudragupta ke bhi do hi inscriptions the. One was Allahabad pillar and one was Iran inscription. Ashoka in fact is famous for his inscriptions and rock edicts. He had 33 inscriptions. Okay, he had 33 inscriptions. Now this statement was a part of 12th major rock edict. Okay, it was a part of 12th major rock edict. Okay, in fact Ashoka was a person who believed that all religions share a common and positive essence, and they encourage tolerance and understanding of other religions. So this answer would be Ashoka. Okay. अच्छा, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस हम तब करते हैं, मैंने बताया था ना, पूरा पेपर देख लिया है स्टार्टिंग में तो हमने इसमें जस्ट सर्कल इट, एंड व्हेन वी आर डन विद द पेपर then we'll see okay which are the questions which we have encircled. So in the last we will take our time, if there is time obviously, then we'll do such type of questions, not in the first go. We will never do such type of a question in the first go. Agar aata hai to it's a different thing, but we'll never try these questions in the first go. Okay, the next question is, with reference to cultural history of India, which one of the following is the correct description of the term paramitas? Okay, this was the second question related to Buddhism this time. Okay, second question related to Buddhism. That again, it is a question, if someone knows then he knows, if he don't know then don't know. What was the paramitas? Paramitas were the perfect, it literally means perfections. Paramitas literally means perfection, whose attainment led to bodhisattva path. What is the bodhisattva? Bodhisattva क्या होता है? A person who is on the path of Buddhahood. A person जिसको Buddhahood मिलने वाला है, जिसको enlightenment मिलने वाला है, that is bodhisattva. ठीक है? And in Buddhist literature, it is described as noble character. What this paramitas? Noble character associated with enlightened beings. Okay, so the answer to this question would be the C, perfections whose attainment led to the bodhisattva path. Okay, the next question. In the context of Indian history, the Rakhmabai case of 1884 revolved around what? Okay, now this is also a question, so in-depth question. When I read this question, I was like, my God, so in-depth question from history, so in-depth question from history. Okay, what was this case? Rakhmabai case of 1884. Anyone knows about this case? Is there anyone in the class have heard about this Rakhmabai? Okay, no problem. I'll tell you. No problem. See, first of all, this Rakhmabai was a doctor by profession. Okay, one of the very ancient Indian doctors, female ancient doctors. She was a doctor. Now, when she was 11 years, so inki shadi ho gayi. She was married to a person. Now, what happened when she reached her age of puberty? Then her husband said, "Now we must live together as husband and wife." Rakhmabai and his husband. His husband asked her to come and we live as a husband wife. We will consummate our marriage. But Rakhmabai's father, his name was Sakharam Arjun. Sakharam Arjun was the father of Rakhmabai. He said no, she is not still prepared to live a life like a husband and wife. Okay, she is still not prepared. So what her husband did, her husband filed a case against this Rakhmabai. When he filed the case against Rakhmabai, so the lower court, when it pronounced his judgment, so his husband won the case, and the court said that Rakhmabai should go and live along with her husband. Otherwise, she needs to be imprisoned, I guess, for 5 years or so, something. I'm not sure for this 5 years, and you need to check. Then Rakhmabai chose, like, I would be okay. You can imprison me, but I will not go and live with my husband and will lead a life like a husband and wife. Then his father and this Rakhmabai, they went to the higher court, and then at last the matter went to the Queen Victoria. Then Queen Victoria personally saw this matter and she said, no, this is the wrong thing. This is the wrong thing being done, and we cannot allow such things to happen. And at that time, that age of consent bill was passed. Okay, age of consent bill was passed. This does not involve anything about education. Before, see, 1884 se pehle hi Brahmo Samaj, Vidya Sagar, in fact, Wood's Dispatch, 1854, they all talked about women education. ठीक है, तो Rakhmabai case education के लिए कोई जरूरत नहीं थी, but it was age of consent and restitution of conjugal rights, the marriage rights between the husband and a wife, the rights which a person is having. Okay, so option number 2 and 3 statements are correct. So option B would be the correct answer for this question. Okay, Nitin is saying, what is the source of this question? Nitin, source, if you ask me, okay, I'll tell you, I'll just check. कुछ काफी बुक्स में है हिस्ट्री की, देयर आर मेनी बुक्स. आप में से जिस भी लोग का हिस्ट्री ऑप्शन होगा, यू विल रीड दिस थिंग, बट एटलीस्ट इन द फॉर दिस जीएस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वी अवॉइड सच टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स. ठीक है. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अगेन slightly easy. Nikhil, at last this Rakmabai won, na? Rakmabai won at last. Okay, next question. Indigo cultivation in India declined by the beginning of 20th century. Okay, in the history there are two revolts related to indigo. First is Indigo Revolt. Okay, first is Indigo Revolt, that was in 1859 to 1860. I have intentionally not done this thing when we were doing all those things at that time, because again part 2 indigo would also be there. Part 2 indigo is 1917 Champaran Satyagraha. Okay, because I wanted to link both these things, so I have not done at that place. So these were the two times when revolts related to indigo happened. So the question is saying at the beginning of 20th century. So obviously this is the question wants this one, not this one. Okay. So what had happened at that time? At that time there was invention of synthetic dyes in Germany. Synthetic dyes in Germany. Okay. And because of the invention of synthetic dyes in Germany, the Europeans were not, they do not wanted to invest in it, but they wanted the peasants to pay the rent, very high rent. Okay, that was the thing of Champaran Satyagraha, where Rajkumar Shukla led Gandhiji. Yeah, Manju? Manju, do you want to say anything? Okay, Rajkumar Shukla, he invited Gandhiji ki please Gandhiji come to Champaran and see the plight of the peasants here. And then Gandhiji went. Yeah, Manju, do you want to say? Manju, I'm muting you. Okay, so this was the first successful mission of Gandhiji in India when after his arrival in India in 1915. So the answer would be it's unprofitability in the world market because of new inventions. This would be the correct answer for this question. Okay. Do you want to say anything? Okay, next question is Wellesley established the Fort William College at Calcutta because okay, Britishers कोई college क्यों लगाएंगे? क्या वो Indians को पढ़ाना चाहते थे? Well, they wanted to impart higher education to Indians. What was the main reason? Or were they asked by the boards of directors at London? They wanted to revive interest in Oriental learning. Oriental learning means Eastern learning related to East. He wanted to provide William Carey and his associates with employment. Oh, ये कैसे options है? He wanted to train British civilians for administrative purpose in India. Yeah, as per the website of Bengal Tourism Department, this Fort William College, it was established by Wellesley so that British officers could be imparted training for administration in India. In fact, the most important thing was he wanted that officers should learn the language. Okay. So this was the main reason for the establishment of Fort William College. Subhojit and Kritika, for what you are saying as no. Okay, 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 okay. ठीक है, ठीक है. Got it. Okay, the next question. Okay, this question, I think it should be in the category of current affairs. First thing, can anyone tell me why? Can anyone tell me why this question should be in the category of current affairs and not history? Anyone? Any idea? Anyone?
The election has been held in Jharkhand and from S.
No, 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 no. The reason, anyone? Okay, the reason is that Ulgulan statue would be built. Statue of Ulgulan. Okay, Ulgulan statue बनाई जाएगी. This news was in the month of January 2020 itself. Okay, that's why this question is here. This Ulgulan or Great Tumult, it described the Birsa Munda's revolt of 1899. Okay, Birsa Munda revolt क्यों किया था? Why this person has revolted? Because British had allowed migrants to come in the present day Jharkhand area, and they can do the things there. So these people, Birsa Munda and his people, they thought like this is the main reason for our, this would be the main reason for our exploitation. Okay. So this is the correct answer for this question. Ulgulan. Okay. ये Ulgulan statue of Ulgulan use में था. Because of that, it is here in the exam. Okay.
How many questions are
Answer. With reference to the scholars and literatures of ancient India, consider the following statements. Okay. Panini is associated with Pushyamitra Shunga. Is it so? Okay. First, we'll see other statements. Amar Simha is associated with Harshavardhan, and Kalidas is associated with Chandragupta too. Okay. So, anyone have heard the name Amar Simha? Amar Simha, किसी ने नाम सुना था?
You are now unmuted.
Okay. नवरत्न नाम सुना आपने? नवरत्न तेल की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. नवरत्न.
Unmuted.
9 gems. Navratna, 9 gems of Chandragupta Vikramaditya. Okay, 9 gems of Chandragupta Vikramaditya. So Amar Simha was one of the 9 gems of Chandragupta Vikramaditya. Kalidas was also the one of them. Okay, that means now we'll see if Amar Simha was the Navratna of Chandragupta Vikramaditya. That means this statement is wrong. This statement is wrong. And if 2 is wrong, that means this cannot be the answer, this cannot be the answer, and D cannot be the answer. The answer would be C. 3 only. So 9 gems means 9 books or what? No, Nikhil, 9 gems means 9 important persons in the court. 9 important persons in the court. They were Amar Simha. If you want, you can just write. I can just tell you. But please write fast. Amar Simha. Second is Dhanvantari. Dhanvantari सुना आपने? Dhanvantari. Third, Hari Sena. Dhanvantari, Hari Sena, Kalidasa, Kaha Panaka, Kaha Panaka, then Varaha Mihir, then Vara Ruchi, then Vetal Bhatta, and one was Amar Simha himself. ओके कित हो गए 9 हो गए 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 अमर सिम्हा 8 ओके शंकर the name was Sanka or Sanku, something like this. It was he was the 9th. Okay, so these were the 9 gems of Chandragupta Maurya. So that means the answer is C. This question could be solved using the elimination method. Okay. Okay. Next is with reference to the cultural history of India, consider the following pairs. Parivrajaka. Parivrajaka means renunciant and wanderer. श्रवणा के सामने लिखा है priest with high status. उपासका के सामने लिखा हुआ है lay follower of Buddhism. Okay, so question is saying which of the pairs given above are correctly matched. That means we need to eliminate the wrong out of these. So I'll tell you that upasak is a lay follower, like common person जो मानने वाला है Buddhism को. This is correct. 3 is correct, but in this case if we see 3 is present in option B, in option C, in option D, so we cannot go by 3. Okay, now we need to look the other options also, other statements also. Then is Shraman. What is this Shraman? Shraman is tapasvi. In Hindi we call as tapasvi. Okay, Shraman is in Hindi is called as tapasvi, and they are very hard working people. Very hard working. So here it is written some Shraman are priests with high status. No, this is wrong. Shraman is tapasvi, they are very hard working. And Shraman means someone who knows, but they are not the priest. That means option in this statement point 2 is wrong. Then point 2 is wrong. That means point we can eliminate this, eliminate this, eliminate this. So answer would be B, 1 and 3. Okay. See, Dishant ne bataya hard work. Very good, Dishant. Okay, with reference to the period of Gupta dynasty in ancient India, the towns Ghantasala, Kadura and Chaul were well known as. Okay, ये भी एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन था कि जिसने भी अटेम्प्ट किया होगा, अगर तुक्का मारा तो ठीक है, but persons will skip these questions. ठीक है? Why? Because all these 3 places one will not find, at least at the superficial level. Okay, one needs to enter inside the territory and then only one can get the answer. So the answer to this question is they are the ports handling foreign trade. At that time we know that Gupta dynasty के trade relations Romans के साथ में बहुत अच्छे थे. ठीक है, Romans and Guptas के बहुत अच्छे trade relations थे. तो at that time अगर Romans के Gupta empire के साथ relations अच्छे थे तो trading कैसे होती थी? Ports के साथ trading होती थी. So these were the ports. Okay. Next question. With reference to the history of India, consider the following pairs. Now this question, it has given me a lot of pain to just conclude what is the correct answer. Because this, I can say that this is the most difficult question of history in this paper. Okay. And Google has also not helped me, frankly speaking, in this question. Okay. So this question is saying that, okay, we'll wait for some time for this oral. Banyan. It is actually Bania. Bania community is also there. Na? We know this Bania community is there. So who are Bania? Indian agent of the East India company. Yeah, this statement is correct. They were the agents of East India Company and helped in the tradings. Then Mirasidar. This Mirasidar term, it was used for the hereditary owners of the land in central as well as in South India. They were like zamindars. Okay, they were like zamindars. If you have heard Ryotwari settlement. Now what was their work? What they did, they collected the revenue and then they deposited it to the British government. So this was their work, like designated revenue pay to the state. Yes, they were the designated revenue pay to the state. But Aurang in charge of treasury of the state? No, the in charge of treasury of the state was called as Sannidhata. Sannidhata. In somewhere he was also called as Koshadhyaksh. Koshadhyaksh. Okay, but not Aurang. So who was Aurang? Aurang was not a person. In fact, it was a market where trading of iron ore was done. Okay, it was a market where trading of iron ore was done. This was the Aurang. So that means this is wrong. One is wrong. So answer would be B, 2 and 3 only. Okay. The next question. With reference to the history of India, consider the following pairs. Okay, in this question, these are the old names written here. Bhilsa. Bhilsa is the old name for Vidisha. Vidisha you have heard. Vidisha Plateau. Sushma Swaraj, the late Sushma Swaraj was MP from Vidisha. So this Vidisha is in Madhya Pradesh. Yeah, this is correct. Vidisha is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, have you heard Thanesar? Thanesar. Thanesar is a place in Kurukshetra, Haryana. Thanesar was once called as Sthaneswara, and it is written in it is in Uttar Pradesh. No, this is wrong. Sthaneshwara or Thanesar is in Haryana. That means 4 is wrong. 4 is wrong. That means this is wrong. This is wrong. Now we are left with these two options. In these two options, 1 and 2 को हमें check करना पड़ेगा. So in 1 is correct. So this is the correct answer. 1 and 3, Bhilsa and Girinagar are correct. Dwar Samudra is in Karnataka and Sthaneshwara is in Haryana. Okay? The next question is, the term West Texas Intermediate, sometimes found in news, refers to the grade of crude oil. It is somewhat simple. So this West Texas, generally there are 3 types of crude intermediates. Ek to West Texas Intermediate, then Brent Intermediate, then Dubai Intermediate. Now price को लेकर ये सब चीज होता है क्रूड ऑयल का प्राइस डिसाइड करने के लिए. ठीक है, ब्रेंट इज फॉर यूरोप. ठीक है, वेस्ट टेक्सास फॉर अमेरिकन एंड दुबई फॉर मिडिल ईस्ट. सो दीज आर द 3 थिंग्स एंड इट रिलेट्स टू द क्रूड ऑयल. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. गोल्ड ट्रांशे or reserve tranche, it refers to what? It refers to a credit system granted by IMF to its members. ठीक है, it is a portion of required quota. What is this? Portion of required quota of a currency. Each member country must provide to the IMF that can be utilized for its own purpose. In fact, without the इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म कंडीशन. आईएमएफ की कंडीशन होती है ना, पहले इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म्स करो उसके बाद ही हम आपको लोन देंगे. ठीक है, सो इन दिस थिंग दिस कंडीशन इज नॉट फॉलोड. गोल्ड जो रिजर्व ट्रांशे होती है, गोल्ड ट्रांशे होती है, जितना आप देखे रखोगे दैट कंट्री कैन यूज इट व्हेन इट रिक्वायर्स. ओके, द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. इन इंडिया, legal services authorities provide free legal services to which of the following type of citizens? Persons with annual income of less than rupees 1 lakh, transgender with an annual income of less than 2 lakh, member of OBC with an annual income of less than 3 lakhs, or D is all senior citizens. Okay, first, in this legal services authority, nowhere it is mentioned. These two things are nowhere mentioned. Point number 2 and 3 are nowhere mentioned. Yeah, this is for all senior citizens. So answer would be either B or D, but this 3 is nowhere present, and this 1 is actually, this is correct statement. Person with an annual income of less than rupees 1 lakh. Okay, he's getting this free legal service. Okay, so these questions are not from history. I'm just doing it. Okay, next question is with, yeah, Minu.
So this question is related to 42nd Amendment.
Which one?
42nd Amendment. That
Which question you are talking about?
Last one, sir.
In India, this legal services authorities.
Yes, sir. Free legal services to poor. This is
See, India के अंदर ना क्या होता है? We are having District Legal Services Authority (DLSA), then State Legal Service Authority, then Supreme Court में के अंदर भी होता है ये सब यहाँ पे. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है? There are some persons who cannot afford lawyers. ठीक है? Who cannot pay lawyers. So for such persons, court says कि okay, where is your lawyer? Court will ask a person, where is your lawyer? And this person will say, sorry sir, I don't have a lawyer because I don't have money. So court will direct the District Legal Service Authority provide him a lawyer. Okay. So this is the thing in this Legal Services Authority. Okay, so the person with an annual income of less than 1 lakh, they are entitled for free legal service. Okay. Okay. So next question, with reference to the funds under MP LADS. What is MP LADS? Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme. Which of the following statements are correct? Statement number 1 is MP LADS funds must be used to create durable assets like physical infrastructure for health, education, etc. Yeah, this is correct statement. Then a specified portion of each MP's fund must benefit SC/ST population. This is also correct. Then MP LADS funds are sanctioned on yearly basis and the unused funds cannot be carried forward to the next year. No, because इतना सारा पुराना पैसा इकट्ठा हुआ हुआ है जो कि unspent है ना. In fact, कई सारी reports भी हैं इसके ऊपर which are saying that how much money is there. So that means this 3 is wrong. If 3 is wrong, then B cannot be the answer, C cannot be the answer. But still, picture abhi baki hai, because if A is the answer, 1 and 2 are both are correct. Now we need to see this also, fourth also. The district authority must inspect at least 10% of all works under implementation every year. Yeah, this is the correct statement, and this statement makes this question a hard question. ठीक है, जब तक ये statement नहीं है, till the time this statement is not here, this question is okay types. We can easily solve it. But as soon as this statement is introduced, so it makes this question a hard question. Okay, the next question. Consider the following statements. Aadhaar metadata cannot be stored for more than 3 months. No, it can be stored for more than 3 months. State cannot enter into any contract with private corporations for sharing of Aadhaar data. Okay, this is correct statement. And why this is correct? Because this thing was done by judgment of Supreme Court. Okay, before this Supreme Court judgment, state could have entered, but Supreme Court interfered and it had passed an order, it has passed in judgment that state will not enter. Then Aadhaar is mandatory for obtaining insurance product. No, this is not so. Then Aadhaar is mandatory for getting benefits funded out of Consolidated Fund of India. In fact, this was the reason why Aadhaar was introduced as a money bill. Okay, in polity you must have read this bills, type of bills, money bills. So this was the reason, because they linked Aadhaar into Consolidated Fund of India, and this is the prerequisite for any bill to be money bill if it is related to something about Consolidated Fund of India. So answer would be B, 2 and 4. Okay. So last question for the day from my side. What is the importance of using pneumococcal conjugate vaccines in India? These vaccines are effective against pneumonia as well as meningitis and sepsis. Yeah, this is correct. Now, option number C. First, we'll see statement number C. These vaccines have no side effects and cause no allergic reactions. Now, such type of statements where itna broadly no, itna broadly only, ऐसे शब्द लिखा होता है, generally these statements are wrong. Okay, and this is also, in this case also, बिकॉज आपने देखा होगा जो जनरली वैक्सीन होती हैं बच्चों को भी वैक्सीन देते हैं, फीवर इज कॉमन, स्किन रैशेज आर कॉमन, है ना. So this statement is wrong. If this statement is wrong, so option C cannot be the answer, option D cannot be the answer. Now we are left over with option A and B. Now we need to look at the statement number 2. Dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug-resistant bacteria can be reduced. Yeah, this statement is correct. So the answer to this question becomes B, 1 and 2 only. Okay. And Amit sir is waiting. He wants to discuss the paper for geography and environment. Okay. So that's all from my side. Thank you all. Bye bye. Have a good day.
How was it, guys? How was it? अरे भाई कोई तो बोलो. Did you get the basic idea? Basic idea?
Yes, sir.
You are now unmuted.
Was the paper easy or difficult?
Sir, interesting.
Interesting. एक बार लाइव पेपर देना तब पता चल जाएगा.
After explanation, it becomes very easy.
Once you give there in 2 hours, now you will come to know.
Yeah, that was really pressure.
When you ask me, shall you you should give the paper or not? That's why I told you that like you can go and give the paper because you will be in terms with that question. Okay.
That question seems to be easy, but it's so tricky.
Anyways, Amit sir is waiting. Okay. अच्छा भाई पढ़ाओ बहुत सारा पढ़ो उल्टा.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. So those
Good
who
evening,
gave this
sir.
paper.
Good
What about
evening,
those who
sir.
attempted? Good evening, Salina. I think Palak attempted. Saloni. So how was your experience? Okay, use your mic. Don't worry. जैसा भी हुआ, जो भी हुआ.
And first of all, I was so much under pressure. I have not prepared all the subjects.
Okay, you need not to be. तो जब पढ़ा नहीं तो pressure किस बात?
But it was first time that you are giving UPSC exam, that too.
When I was giving it the first time, I was on the street till 3 a.m. Me and my friend, we were roaming on the streets till 3 a.m. Then we woke up at 6 and then we went to the exam center. It was, I think, after 9. It was from 9.
9:30.
So, yes, definitely when you study, the pressure is there. But when you don't study, no pressure is there. You don't have to feel it.
Yes, sir. It was with me. It was same. I didn't had any pressure because I know I haven't studied.
Okay, but it was on the light mode. See, the paper was difficult. The paper was really difficult this time. Okay, the paper was really difficult. But there are two things. One, that UPSC wants you to have information, and there are many people. Okay, the competition is in the 50,000, the first 50,000. These 50,000 people, they have this information. But the problem arises with the analysis of this information. And now UPSC is more focusing on this part. Whether you are able to do the elimination, the tricks that I told you, sometimes I have discussed in class, that elimination is the most important part in UPSC. Agar wo kar paye, and that only comes after you have the information. Okay, because environment or geography mein maine jo bhi padhaya, hardly 10%, but logic is there, because the concept that I made, that brings you the logic, and that logic only can lead you to this questions. Okay, or I told you earlier also in environment that they are going to ask very little from the this static part. The trend is that of current affairs. So in environment, they have gone with the current affairs, but still logic persists. Okay, So if you want to say anything now, you have anything to say, Saloni?
No, sir.
Okay, so now let us begin because we have paucity of time right now. So this was the question we all are discussing with set A. Okay, so this was the question 10 in set A. The first one was Alma Ata. So no, we haven't discussed this. Talanoa dialogue. We have discussed the part in Talanoa dialogue. Under two coalition, yes. Though in a vague manner, but yes, we have discussed it, that under two coalition is all about maintaining the temperature below 2 degrees centigrade, which is a part of Paris deal. Which is a part of Paris deal. Okay, Talanoa dialogue is also a part of Paris deal. Okay, one more thing that I want to tell you. I told you that you have to do the Googling, right? So that has become very important part now. खुद से तो काम करना ही पड़ेगा. UPSC has told us now that you have to work at your own now in any manner. You have to give your efforts, and I ask you to read the standard books, especially the NCERT. Okay, so Google करना बहुत जरूरी है. You have to Google the words. Then only you can get this idea. Paris deal, if you have somewhere, if you have Googled it, you would have got this idea. Actually, the things are that those who are first timers, they might have problem because the current affairs they have covered for last 1 year only. But the trend of UPSC is that they go 2 to 3 years back and then take these question from the 2-3 year back current affairs. Like this Talanoa dialogue is all related to Fizzy. Fizzy was the president of this COP, okay, after this Paris deal. And in this Fizzy, Talanoa means cooperation. So Talanoa dialogue was signed for the cooperation of international governments so as to check whether the governments can cooperate to assess the yearly progress for Paris deal. And under two coalition was meant for maintaining temperatures below 2 degrees centigrade. So this one is wrong. This one is correct. Second one, first and second one, talking about first and second one, Alma Ata is correct. Yes, it's about WHO's primary healthcare declaration. You know the primary healthcare, basic healthcare. So Alma Ata is correct, and it was quite in news last year. Then Hague, biological and conventional chemical weapons. No, biological actually India joined one of these organizations last year. So Hague is not the one. It is under UNODA. UNODA, okay, United Nations Office for Disarmament Affairs, something like this. And Hague is related to something else. Hague is related to this. Hague is related to civil aspects of international child abduction. So this child right comes under the Hague one. Okay. If you have any question, you can write in chat box or you can ask it. I will be a bit fast. Okay. So do ask it. बार-बार नहीं कहूँगा कि पूछ लो. You ask it yourself. Okay. So C is the correct answer. 1 and 3, because we can find here that, and this one is a bit simple. A bit simple. If you have a bit of knowledge, not simple but moderate. Okay. Because 3 and 4 can directly be taken. That 3 is correct, 4 is wrong. Then by elimination you can go. That 4 is wrong, that means B and D eliminated. Okay, and 3 is correct, that means 3 should be there, that means C. So that elimination works here. Okay, can I move ahead now? The next one is, this is a proper geography question. I have kind of mixed geography and environment questions, and those science questions which I'll be discussing will be at the last. So Mekong, those who know about Mekong, this is India, this is Southeast Asia. So Mekong flows something like this. So it flows into South China Sea, from Vietnam. Last year, I think 2 or 3 years back, there was a question on this Mekong Ganga cooperation. Now again they have asked this Mekong, though the way of asking is different. Okay. Earlier it was kind of IR, and now it is kind of geography question. So Mekong goes to Pacific Ocean, right? It's not in the Andaman Sea. Andaman Sea is located here. Then Thames Thames for Irish Sea. So this is London and this is Thames, and Thames goes into North Sea. North Sea. Okay, I think I have given you the North Sea to mark this in this map 3, I think map 3 or 4, I don't remember. But North Sea is located to the north of this Britain. So Thames goes into the North Sea, while Irish Sea is located here near the island. So Thames does not go in this direction, but in this direction. Okay, Volga. So do you remember that 80% polluted river by the oil? Recently, I talked about the river polluted by the oil in Russia. So it is near Volga. Okay, I don't remember that river. It's something near Volga. And Volga flows to Caspian Sea. So see, we cannot do everything, but at least some kind of logic we can come across. Like 1, we know 1 is wrong. So this is eliminated, this is eliminated, these 2 left. Now Zambezi flows into Indian Ocean. A bit confusing, but if you have read something about it, you can conclude it that Zambezi river goes into the Mozambique Channel. This is Africa, this is Mozambique Channel, and Zambezi flows in this direction. While the river like Orange or the Congo, they go to Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so the answer is 3 and 4. So the next one, the next question is related to the Indian elephants. So in current affairs, we recently covered the 12th August was International Elephant Day. Elephant Day, right? 12th August was the International Elephant Day. And we talked about that there are 60,000 elephants in India. Though we didn't went into the details, but yes, I think we needed to go. But see, the logic works. The logic works. You cannot go into detail in every topic. But thing is, make that USP. Make your USP that you know few things very well. That will bring you on a level above the others. Okay, that can take you above average. So in this question, female, those who have watched that Jumbo movie, they might know Jumbo movie. Yes, it was in news because elephant died in Kerala. Yes, and few elephants died in Africa also. So in Jumbo movie, her mother was the leader, and that animated movie, and 1 or 2. Also, I have seen 2 or 3 animated movies in childhood. Their female is the leader of elephant group. She guides them to water bodies. Then maximum gestation period can be 22 months. So here comes the thing that this kind of, I told you that extreme questions, the extreme statements, they have chances of being wrong. So maximum gestation period, and that is to exact 22 months, is a kind of very extreme thing. If they have given a range, then it would be okay. Otherwise, maximum gestation. So it is a bit tricky, okay. You can think about it because this statement is doubtful. Okay, this gives you way to think. ऐसा नहीं है गलत होगा ही, ऐसा नहीं है सही होगा ही. But ऐसे ही statement generally गलत होते हैं. Okay, then third statement. An elephant can go for calving till the age of 40 years. Only लग गया. Only लग गया. Perfectly गलत है. Okay, थोड़ा सा सोचो और उसके बाद only वाले generally गलत होते हैं. Now, 1 is correct, 3 is wrong. Now, eliminating 3, we got with the 2 options, 1 and 2 or 2 and 4. Now, among the states in India, the highest elephant population is Kerala. No, it is in Karnataka. It is in Karnataka. So 4 is wrong, 3 and 4 both incorrect. A. Okay. So, now, the next question is, which of the following protected areas are located in Kaveri Basin? So see, they are quite focused on this area because last year I have covered a few last year questions where we discussed about Silent Valley National Park and Nagar Hole also. We covered these national parks on map in third, I think in third lecture, in third PPT I have this Silent Valley National Park where we covered the Kunti Puja River. I think you remember, right? The Kunti Puja River was passing through Silent Valley. So in that particular map, I found Nagar Hole and this Satyamangalam. They are located in this Kaveri Basin. Okay. So I cannot claim that it is from my book, but yes, you have to do this. And one important thing here is that Papi Konda. So this Papi Konda River is a tributary of this Godavari. Okay, and this Papikonda National Park is located in Andhra Pradesh. So if you can deduce this, then statement 2 becomes wrong. It is not in the Kaveri basin. So if 2 is wrong, then this eliminated, this eliminated. Okay, now Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve and Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary and this National Nagarhole National Park, they all are right. Okay, Wayanad is in Kerala and it is at the border of this Kerala and Karnataka near this Kaveri river. Then this Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve is also located. It is actually this, on the Kaveri river. It is situated here. Okay, so the correct answer is C, 1, 3 and 4. All the answers that I am giving you, I am trying to be most accurate, but yes, there is some probability what UPSC comes out with. Okay, and I'll tell you where it is. So with reference to India's biodiversity, Ceylon, frogmouth, copper spit, barbet and minivid. See, इस तरह के क्वेश्चन या तो थोड़ा बहुत लॉजिक लगा करना है. The first thing I will do is to leave these kind of questions. But if my attempts are less and I have to do this question, then what words I have to focus on? I have to focus on white-throated. So white-throated, generally the white-throated are the birds. And the other thing is frogmouth. The word frogmouth was in news. I read it somewhere that some species was found of this frogmouth. Okay, so this can let you to figure out that this is bird. Also, barbet is a word for birds. Okay, barbet is a species of bird. So if a bit of knowledge can help you, okay, a bit of logic, a bit of knowledge, or more of guess, वो तो करना ही पड़ रहा है ना. But the logical guess can help you only. Which of the following protected areas is well known for the swamp deer Barasingha? So now here comes the play. Barasingha is a state animal of state of Madhya Pradesh and is generally found in central India. Now, which of the national park is in central India? Of course, Kanha National Park. Manas is in Assam, Mudumalai is in the south, Tamil Nadu, and Talachappar is in Rajasthan, which is desert national park type. Okay, kind of desert area. Just famous for something else. Okay, so here the answer is you have to find the one which is situated in MP, or if there were two from MP, there was news about this Kanha National Park. Recently, the Kanha National Park declared their mascot. It was in news because Kanha National Park declared their mascot called Bhura Singh, and it was basically for improving the conservation efforts for the swamp deer. So it becomes a question of current affairs along with some logic that Barasingha is a state animal of MP. So it will be somewhere around. Okay. Then most likely places. So see, this is also a part of current affair, but with logic. Musk deer are those general musk, ibex. They are generally found in mountainous region, the Himalayan mountainous region. Now, Manas National Park is not in the mountains but in the Tarai region. So you have to eliminate this fourth one immediately. So D is not there, C is not there. Now 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Ascot, it is a kind of very vague name, and many of you might not have heard this name of Ascot, but it is located in Uttarakhand. Here comes the correct. It is located near the Pithoragarh district where this problem of this Limpia, Dura, etc. they are going on. Okay, so Ascot is located there. So it is in the mountainous region. Then Gangotri, yes. It is in the UK and the mountainous region, yes. Then Kishanpur. Kishanpur is on the border of UK and UP, and it is the kind of Tarai region. So it is not the one. So 1 and 2 is the correct answer. 3 is not the one. 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Okay. So the mountainous region where the musk deer is found is the Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary and Gangotri National Park. If you have to ask anything, you can. Warna ye one way chalta rahega. Okay. Now it's about rural road construction, the use of which of the following is preferred for ensuring environmental sustainability to reduce carbon footprint. So see, this question is all about deducing how much you can deduce. If you have heard about slag, you might have read the slag in class 12th, 10th and 12th chemistry. I remember I read it in class 12th. Slag is all about the impurities that are floating on the liquid matter when this melting, etc. of copper is done, or steel, even in the process of manufacturing of steel. The slag is the upper impurities that are floating on the surface, and you can easily find it on the 10th and 12th books, right? The matriarch. Samina, what is this matriarch? Okay, I haven't seen your message earlier. So now coming to this, an elephant. Okay, it was related to elephant. Okay, so preferred for ensuring environmental sustainability to reduce carbon footprint. So slag is a waste material, and we cannot say much about it, but it is quite useful. Then cold mix asphalt technology. I know that most of you might know about this. Okay, might do not know about this, because cold mix asphalt technology is not quite in news, or we specifically go to read this. But cold mix asphalt technology is use of asphalt at the room temperature for road manufacturing, and it is kind of pervious or porous. The word porous would be better, and it allows the penetration of water. So yes, it is kind of good. Okay, environmental sustainability is अच्छा. Then geotextile. If you have read somewhere about, actually this I came across when I googled the term water harvesting. And when I googled the common term water harvesting, I found that water harvesting can be done using geotextile. They are actually artificially manufactured textile material based on the geology of Earth. They are manufactured to this copy, or you can say imitating the geological structure of Earth. These textiles are manufactured. So this they can be utilized for improving the water harvesting techniques. Okay, because they filter the water that is going underground. And there are many other uses. Even there was geotextile summit also recently. So the one I know is actually helping in environmental sustainability. So I would have taken the 3 slides. So mere to would be banda. Okay, now coming to hot mix asphalt technology. That is the same that we are presently using as a coal tar system. And here, the hot mix asphalt technology and this Portland cement, they both are water absorbing and heat absorbing. Water and heat absorbing. They take a lot of water and heat, and they reduce the albedo. That is, they absorb the heat. So concretization kind of arrangement occurs. Okay, so runoff increases. Water. Okay, they are not this pervious. They are not porous. So after some time, they become rock strong. So they do not let the penetration of water. So runoff increases. They are kind of heat absorbing to increase the temperature in the region. So they both are kind of non-supporting to sustainability. So the option becomes A. But to reduce this, you have to eliminate the 5. 5 can be easily eliminated. That 5 is not the correct option. You can eliminate these 2. These 2 could be there. So hot mix asphalt technology can be eliminated. If you can eliminate 4 and 5, then the answer is yours. Right?
So,
yes, Harini?
So in this question, the copper slag, sir, for preparing the copper slag, we should heat the metal, sir. By heating, we are directly using the temperature, thereby increasing the carbon dioxide content.
Whether yes or no, we are smelting the copper for particular use. That is, the copper slag is a byproduct of copper producing process. We are not doing it for the purpose, right? That slag is already a byproduct, and that can be used for manufacturing the road. It's already a byproduct. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because we are already doing this smelting process. 2 and 4 cannot be together. Yes, 2 and 4 cannot be together. That's good. So B can be eliminated very easily. Okay, now coming to question this one, the coal. Okay, now coal ash is all about the fly ash. A fly ash, 2-3 saal pehle, last 2-3 years back, it was quite in news. It was asked in mains, it was asked in pre, and fly ash, the UPSC has a hobby of asking few questions again and again. So the very good thing could be that you can Google the previous year papers. You can, those who are giving next year, take 5-year paper, not 5-year, you should take 8-year paper. Take 8-year papers of UPSC from 2013, when the pattern was kind of changed for mains. Take papers from 2013 and Google them. You have to Google each and every option and make your own notes, short notes. And if you can do this, guaranteed prelims would be yours. Because question repeat hote hain, but they are not repeated same as it is. They are repeated in a certain manner. So fly ash was quite in news, and yes, fly ash contains arsenic, it contains mercury, and it contains lead, and that is the same as coal ash. Then coal-fired power plant release sulfur dioxide. So we all know, I've told you that NOx and SOx emissions are there from the coal, right? So when coal is emitting NOx and SOx, definitely the coal-fired power plants are emitting the the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. So definitely it's correct. Then high ash content. I also told you that the carbon, this coal variety, I think I told this in geography class might be. So this variety of coal is in India we have a lower variety of coal. Okay, lower variety of coal. Anthracite we do not have. Largely we have this bituminous or peat, and the third one was, I don't remember now. So I told in this geography class that we largely have these varieties of coal. Okay, so because we have low lignite, so we have poor variety of coal. That means more ash would be there in Indian coal, and that is the reason I told you. That is the reason that we import our 15% of coal from Australia. Okay, so yes, this statement is correct. So all three are correct. Statement 1, D is the correct answer. Do remember, generally science and environment question have option D answer. Generally. Earlier these tricks were not working, but now in this paper, that's the only way you can go out. Okay, that's the not go out, rather go in. Okay, so biocar. So biocar is all about the biomass which is used for making charcoal. Biomass used for making charcoal. The original charcoal is a chemical process, like distillation etc. is done, where charcoal is formed from that coal and the carbon containing material. But biocar is all about the waste product of agriculture or the organic material that is being taken under the process of pyrolysis, limited burning, okay, limited air burning. So which results into biomass converts into biochar, which is called as biocharcoal. Okay. And this biocharcoal is not actually a fertilizer, though it's a very good material and is very stable, can live for longer years, and is 70 to 80% content is only carbon. And this is a new method of carbon sequestration, because it contains carbon, 70 to 80% carbon, and it can retain that carbon for longer period. So there's a process of carbon sequestration, yes or no? So this biocar has a property of retention of water and minerals. Retention of water and minerals. Now in this background, let us see the statements. That biocar can be used as a part of growing medium. Growing medium in vertical farming? Yes. How? Because vertical farming, we need artificial kind of soil arrangement. On ground, we have proper soil. But in this kind of arrangement, we need artificial. Artificial soil means some kind of layers of soil we make our own self. Okay, so in this vertical kind of farming, where more than 1 or 2 layers of farming is done, these mineral and water retention products are very much important. They act like artificial soil. Vertical farming is all about doing farming in layers, like on the ground, on first layer, second layer. You might have seen the green roofs in urban spaces. Green roofs in urban spaces. They are all about vertical farming. Okay. If you can search on internet, brother of Elon Musk, I don't remember his name. He is working on this concept of urban farming. And grapes, I think grapes is the crop which is grown in this vertical farming concept. And I have seen somewhere in Surat that vertical farming was going on. Okay. So when biocar is a part of growing medium, it promotes the growth of nitrogen fixing microorganism. It is acting as a soil. So yes, when it holds the mineral, it helps in promotion of growth of these bacteria, microorganisms, right? When biocar is a part of growing medium, it enables growing medium to retain water. Yes, water retention is its property. So it helps in retention of water and minerals. Okay, and so hydroponics, but I using hydroponics. In hydroponics, we use that copper. Oh, sorry, not copper, coconut. That coconut, coconut peat. That peat is being used because it has good water retention property in hydroponics. Okay, hydroponics. See, these things are a part of agriculture, and to teach you each and everything is not possible. But in newspaper analysis, these things can be easily covered. Okay, whenever they are in news. So hydroponics is all about doing agriculture only with the help of water. Like you might have seen on this on YouTube. There are quite videos there on hydroponics. That one people left package of crores and doing this agriculture at home. So they all are doing this hydroponics. Okay. So this hydroponics is all about using water. So the coconut peat is used as a soil in their what we say kamla or what. Okay, in those boxes, because here the coconut peat has a property of retention of water and minerals. Same is the case with this biochar. It has also got the property to retain the minerals, so that we can make layers. Like we can apply biochar on the roof, and then it acts as a soil. Now we have to add the minerals because it is not itself a fertilizer. Okay, but it can retain it for the longer period. Now, so these is the correct answer. All the three statements are correct. The next question is, if a particular species is in Schedule 6 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, what is the implication? So Schedule 1 is all about the critically endangered kind of species, which are which need very special kind of protection. Then this criticality goes on reducing, and fifth one are the vermins, which are harmful for the crops and they can be killed. Then sixth one, the sixth schedule of WPA, is all about the endemic species, which are banned, okay, which are banned from production or which cannot be grown. But these can only be grown under circumstances that the government gives the license for their growth. The example one is pitcher plant. Okay, and then blue and red vanda also are there. This pitcher plant. So it can only be grown for the purpose of research. Okay, so very special purposes. Marijuana is not one such. Okay, because it would be, yes, it requires government permission, but it is under agriculture. Okay, so coming to this pitcher plant is a very rare species. It can only be grown with the permission or license. Even the sites has got this list, not list. They also make the categories. Okay, and in the sites, one category of critically this very rare endemic species can only be traded. The site is all about prevention of trading of endangered species. But the complete ban is not there. The purpose of research, the trading of important species could be done for the purpose of research only after getting the license. Same is the case here. If we get the license, we can get it. See what the statements are saying. License is required. Yes, such a plant cannot be grown. ये तो एक वही हो गया ना, only वाला extreme statement कि कभी any circumstances में grow ही नहीं कर सकते. That's not possible. Okay, for it is a genetically modified crop plant. Schedule 6 में नहीं, endemic है. Then such a plant is invasive and harmful. नहीं, because they are for the vermins. Okay. Now, coming to the next question. The next question is about what are the advantages and disadvantages of zero tillage. So zero tillage is all about not doing anything on the soil, not doing the plowing, especially the plowing. The plowing is done to reduce that capillarity formation. Okay, but in zero tillage we leave the soil as it is. We do not do the plowing, etc. So in this process, what has happened? Sowing of possible without burning the residue of previous crop. Yes, here the sowing is possible, but for that purpose, this residue, as you might have seen in the stubble burning, that stubble burning has become a problem. Okay, so for that solution was that happy seeder. In Punjab, happy seeder was a solution. And this was all about reducing this residue into manure. and that manure helps the soil to retain its properties, to get back its properties, right? So this sowing of soil, sowing is possible without burning the residue. अगर हम उसको वैसे ही छोड़ दें, if we leave that residue as it is and do a bit of decomposers, yes, decomposers recently launched. Okay, yes. So happy seeder is one such example. So they can be used for decomposing or leaving the natural residues as it is. After some time, it gets decomposed and adds as a manure into soil, and we can sow the soil into it, or we can sow seeds which can be used for that can lead to crop. Right? Then without the need for nursery of rice sapling, if you might have heard this transplantation method, paddy transplantation. So in paddy transplantation, actually it's a Japanese method. In this method, what is done? Seeds of rice, this paddy, they are taken in a nursery, then they are planted to form small saplings. Then these plants, saplings are transferred to or transplanted in the actual field. Okay, so the conditions here are controlled. They are given adequate amount of moisture so that water use can be reduced. Okay, but still the paddy transplantation needs a lot of water. Okay, because here flood irrigation kind of arrangement is necessary. This says that directly applying paddy seeds to wet soil is possible without the needs of nursery. Yes, it is possible, because if wet conditions are available in the field itself, we can directly grow the seeds into soil and production will be there. But this transplantation method is used for efficient production, to increase the yield, to increase the survival rate of plant. Okay, so in nursery, survival is the plants are formed from seeds in you can say a limited manner, controlled manner, and these plants are then transplanted onto the field. Okay, and these then this become the paddy crop. Yes, Disha?
You are now unmuted.
Okay, so this was called Japanese method of transplantation. Okay, so and third is carbon sequestration. We all know that carbon sequestration in soil is always possible if we leave the soil undisturbed. If we disturb it, we do the plowing, tillage, then the soil, the carbon in the soil would go out. Otherwise, the microorganism, the ecosystem will develop inside the soil, the undisturbed soil, and would lead to fixation of that carbon that is present. You know, it will be utilized by the microorganism. And if we disturb that soil, that carbon will come out. So carbon sequestration is possible when zero tillage is there, because soil remains undisturbed. So 1, 2, 3 is the correct answer. Okay. The next question is all about India's national policy on biofuel. So this one I discussed. This question I discussed, and I don't remember the PPT, but I discussed this part. National policy on biofuel. Okay, not in detail, but yes, a bit. And I covered all this there. That we can convert, see, I have done a research on this taramila oil. And I know that every organic material or biomass can be converted into biofuel. But the question is here asking as per the Indian national policy on biofuels. Okay, so they have kind of tied our hands that we have to be in this limit. Now, those crops which are in lesser use, okay, the government will try to make them only. The government will convert those crops only into biofuel, which are either of lesser use or are in worse condition. So damaged wheat grains would perfectly be there. Rotten tomatoes would perfectly be there. 2 and 5 would be there. Okay, but the problem is A, C, and D. Now, groundnut seeds will not be there. This is kind of logic. Okay, groundnut is kind of very the crop which is very much consumed. And the oil, because it is an oil seed, and India is already lacking in oil seeds. We have to import oil seeds, so it is very much very less probability that groundnut seeds will be converted to biofuel. So we have to eliminate the third one. Now, if we can eliminate the third one, okay, by eliminating only third one, we will get the answer A. So here comes the logic. The logic is that oil seed production in India, though it is very good, but we have to import the oil seeds, and that is from Africa, Mozambique like countries. And the problem here arises that we cannot convert our oil seeds into biofuels. National policy won't allow this. So only getting the logic on 3, we can get the answer. Although damaged wheat and rotten potatoes would definitely be used, because now they are not useful, so they can be used. We do not even need to go into other ones. But if you read the PIB part of this national biofuel policy, they have allowed this cassava, then sugar beet, then this damaged wheat grains, rotten potatoes, okay, and a lot many other crops are there, like sorghum is there, okay. So next, so 1A is the correct answer here. The next question is this: which of the following statement describes the term social cost of carbon? Now, social cost of carbon is all about what society is consuming. Okay, what society is consuming, or what is the effect on society? What is the effect on society for the carbon which we are emitting? So it is a kind of difficult question because A and B are quite confusing. Here, A says long-term damage done by a ton of CO2 emission in a given year. So it is all about talking about the effect that the greenhouse gases emitted, that is CO2 emitted, is causing on the society. Second one is talking about the requirement of fossil fuel for a country to provide goods and services to its citizens. So it is all about the carbon emission that a country is making for fulfilling its social responsibilities. If you are kind of logical, if you do the assessment, or if you are the analyzer, then you will be confused in these two. Because for refugees, this term is quite general. And contribution of individual to carbon footprint on planet Earth, no. It's talking about the society as complete. So statement A and B would be the confusing, but yes, A is the correct answer. And here you have to see a bit more logically that the long-term damage is done on the society would determine the social cost. Okay. Many questions you have to leave. Okay. So in first round, I told you have to attempt the 40 to 50 questions. You will karna hi karna hai. Then in second round, you need to do the 20 to 25 questions. And in the third round, 5 to 10 questions only. That could amount to 70 to 85 questions depending upon the easiness, toughness, and your knowledge. Okay. This year, the cutoff would be around 90. Okay, 90, though I can say 95, but it would be around 90 plus minus. Because the paper is tougher than last year. And there are large chances that the people have made their mistakes. Okay, the chances of making a mistake is large. Now coming to this question, so with reference to pulse production in India, a pulse production नाम आते ही दिमाग चलना चाहिए. India both are one of the largest producer of pulses, but still we have to import large amount of pulses, and we are the producer of this chickpea and arhar. You know, tur dal or arhar. We are one of the largest producer for both these crops of pulses. Now, coming to what the question is saying. Statement 1, black gram can be cultivated as both crop, kharif and rabi crop. Though black gram is this rabi crop, but yes, it can be grown in kharif season also, as most of the pulses can. Okay. Green gram accounts to nearly half of the pulse production. No. 50% by green gram is quite not possible. Because overall gram production is 40% of the total pulses. And arhar and chickpea, they are the important, they are the largest production areas of India. So 2 is definitely wrong. When you can eliminate 2, you will definitely be with the answer A only. Okay. In last 3 decades, while the production of kharif pulses has increased, rabi crop has decreased. No. Rabi crop, 3 decades, it's talking about 3 decades. No, definitely the production of both the pulses has increased. It is talking about the overall production. So if we are giving more area, definitely the production is going to increase. Okay. Now coming to next question. The next one is related to subtropical crop. So this question is asking you have to describe the type of crop. Now the logic comes into play. Crop is subtropical. Subtropical, see the options. subtropical. Jute is grown in West Bengal, yes, above the tropical line. Tea above the tropical line, especially in cooler areas, a bit cooler areas. Sugar cane, kindly most of a tropical crop rather than subtropical crop, because it is grown in the southern belt. Though UP is there, but it is more of a tropical crop and needs very kind of more than 100 centimeter of rainfall. Okay, large amount of water needed, more than 100 or 150 centimeter of rainfall. Then jute and tea, they need very high amount of rainfall, more than 150 centimeter for both. They need very high amount of rainfall. Okay, then and here the question is saying 210 frost free days, 50 to 100 centimeter of rainfall. This line is a deciding factor, because most all the three other crops, they need more than 100 centimeter rainfall, guaranteed. Okay, though sugarcane is now grown in some drier regions, but irrigation facilities, they are very good. But the cotton is one such crop which needs 210 frost-free days and can be grown in a relatively drier areas. And yes, it is a subtropical crop. Like in USA is a very big producer, and USA has largely the subtropical region. Okay, so that makes this cotton as the good appropriate answer. So this question was quite logical. But the logic comes from the information. अगर पता है कि कौन सी क्रॉप कहाँ होती है, then only you can deduce those logics, right? Now, coming to next question, with reference to the current trends in cultivation of sugarcane in India, it is talking about the sugarcane. So this question is a very, very, very difficult question, and these questions are only meant to leave them, because nobody is going to read this sugarcane in such deep with such depth. We can only know about this, yes, bud chip settings are done for sugarcane, but nobody is going to read the bud chip settings. Only the people from agriculture might be reading this. Okay, so let us see what the statements are saying. Substantial saving in seed material is when bud chip. Actually, you might know that these, if this is sugarcane, some kind of buds are there. Okay, so in bud chip setting, these buds are cut out and these buds are kept. Okay, these buds, they are kept and they are grown in the process of tissue culture. Then in the tissue culture, actually the rate of survival increases. More the number of buds in this setting, or you can say more the number of sets are there, this leads to better survival rate. Definitely more buds, one of them will definitely grow. So this increases the rate of survival. This is all the bud chip setting. So seed directly, sowing seed directly would definitely be lesser productive than the tissue culture and the bud chip setting arrangement. So definitely it will increase the saving of seed, because in bud chip setting, the rate of survival increases by 80%. Okay, in a nursery and transplanted in the main field. Then when the direct planting of sets is done, the germination percentage is better in single budded set as compared to many. No. Single budded sets have lesser chances of survival than many buds, because in many buds, one of them will definitely grow. Okay, in single budded, if this one dies out, there is no chance of survival. So more the number of buds, better the probability of survival. So 2 is wrong. Then in bad weather condition prevail when sets are directly planted, single budded sets have better survival. Here also that same concept. Whether it is bad or good, the chances of survival of multiple buds is more. So this is wrong. Sugarcane can be cultivated using settings. Yes, tissue culture is done. So statement 1 and 4 are the correct answer here. Okay. So but to deduce this logic, yes can be there, but it's a kind of difficult question. Then next question is all about, in the context of India, which of the following can be considered eco-friendly agriculture? So here you have to use a logic. This question is quite easy. Crop diversification, if we grow multiple crops, it is good for diversity, it is good for ecosystem. Legume intensification, if we grow more pulses, more amount of nitrogen fixation would be there. I told you na legumes. So अगर legumes को ज़्यादा grow करेंगे, if we are growing more legume crops, that means that it is increasing nitrogen fixation in soil. That is balancing the nutrients of soil. Yes or no? So this legume intensification is a part of eco-friendly agriculture. Then tensiometer. So this tensiometer, many of you might not be knowing about this. Coming to fourth one, vertical farming. I told you, multiple layer of farming, which increases the production per unit ground area. That means multiple crops can be grown in an area. Okay, if vertical farming is all about allowing you to grow more crops in a particular area. Yes or no? Then we need option where 1 to 4 should be there. 1 to 4 is only in the D. Okay. Now coming to tensiometer. Tensiometer is all about the meter kind of measurement arrangement done for measuring the irrigation. So that proper amount of irrigation could be done in the field and over irrigation can be prevented. So yes, it is also an eco-friendly technology. But even if you don't know this, then also you can deduce the answer. Okay. Coming to next one. The next question is all about the advantages of fertigation. So fertigation is the word here that is making the mark. So fertigation is all about the fertilizer application plus irrigation. Both of the word, they combine to form this fertigation. Actually, this came into you can say this came into occurrence origin only after the sprinkler or drip irrigation, because here this fertilizer can be directed with the help of this irrigation. Okay, like the pipelines which are used for irrigation, now they can do the targeted delivery of fertilizer, both the sprinkler and drip irrigation system. Sorry. So this kind of arrangement is done under the fertigation. This is fertigation. So this has got very multiple kind of applications or advantages. So let us see what the advantages are. So the first statement says controlling alkalinity of irrigation water is possible. Yes. If we are able to control the flow of water here, the minerals we are adding is in our hand, the fertilizer we are adding. So yes, definitely we can adjust the alkalinity of water. Then efficient application of rock phosphate and all other phosphatic fertilizer is possible. Now see, all is a kind of extreme statement. You have to think about it, and this is a kind of doubtful. Okay, ये सही भी हो सकता है, गलत भी हो सकता है. But another logic comes into play, and all phosphatic fertilizers are not soluble in water, so they cannot be applied with the help of this fertigation. So this statement is wrong then, if you know the second logic. Okay, if you don't know, then elimination works, but this question is difficult. Increase availability of nutrients to the soil is possible. Yes, when the fertigation is there, we are kind of doing the targeted delivery of nutrients. When targeted delivery of nutrients is there to the plant, definitely they can get more nutrients. Okay. Then reduction of leaching of chemical nutrients is possible. Yes, leaching is possible because this drip irrigation is reducing that flood irrigation kind of arrangement. जहाँ पर runoff ज़्यादा होता है ना? In that runoff, leaching occurs. So this targeted delivery prevents that leaching also. Okay. So C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. But hey, this is a difficult question. If you can eliminate the second one, then only you can come to this answer. So coming to this next one. Okay, so we have talked about major and minor minerals. That minor minerals are under state and major is under central government. But we haven't talked about them in so much detail. And this question is also a tough one. But those who have done the previous year question, they might be knowing that chromite and sillimanite have been there in previous year UPSC question. And chromite is a metallic major mineral that most of us know, that because chromite is a major mineral. Sillimanite, kyanite and bentonite, they are confusing. Okay, so if you search on the MOSPI, this Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, इनकी website पर एक PDF है that very much differentiates the major and minor minerals. There you can find that this chromite, kyanite, sillimanite are the major minerals, while bentonite is a kind of soil, clay material, which is a minor mineral under the state law. Okay, that is being left as a minor mineral. So 2, 3, 4 is the correct answer. Bentonite is not the major mineral. Okay, D is the answer. The next question is about the ocean mean temperature, which of the following is correct. So we cannot expect that these kind of questions would be asked. Though this kind of technology is used for predicting the ocean temperature and pressure. Okay, in El Nino and La Nina, we predict the temperatures and pressures, whether it is high pressure or low pressure in western and eastern parts of Indian Ocean, so that we can predict the El Nino effect, and thus we can predict the amount of this southwest monsoon which will be coming. Okay, it is kind of Indian monsoon predictor tool for prediction of Indian monsoon. So this is at the depth now. Data, yes, data can be there, but specific data that it is 129 meter is a problem, because we in geography we cannot say things with certainty that 129 पर ही जाकर measure करेंगे. Okay, it cannot be so. So this makes this statement doubtful. OMT is measured up to a depth of 26 degree isotherm at 129 meter in the southwestern Indian Ocean in January-March period. So yes, it is done in the January-March period. That is correct. See the range, January to March period. 26 degree isotherm is easy to mark on the map. यहाँ पर टेम्परेचर 26 डिग्री है, तो अभी यहाँ पर है, कल को यहाँ पर भी हो सकता है, परसों यहाँ पर भी, तो हमें मार्क लाइन पे करना है, भले ही वो यहाँ कहीं भी हो. But this is kind of very specific, 129 meter. Though it is very wrong, 50 to 80 meter is the depth. 50 to 100 or 50 to 80 meters is the range of depth. Okay, so statement 1 is correct, but the first thing is it is doubtful. The second statement is about that the OMT is collected during January-March and can be used in assessing whether the amount of rainfall in monsoon will be less or more than certain long-term mean. So this statement is correct, because in January to March period we collect the data to find whether the monsoon will be less or more. Okay, over the period of time, over long term. So B is the correct answer, A is wrong. Okay, 1 is wrong. The next question is about the reference to chemical fertilizers in India. At present, the retail price of chemical fertilizer is market driven and not administered by the government. See, I think in one of the class I told you about this nutrient based policy, NBS or NPS of the government of India for urea. We talked about urea. Okay, I think in the environment class we talked about urea. That urea is still under the control of government. Neem coated urea के बारे में बात की थी हमने. Okay, so this urea is still under the control of government. The first thing, all the fertilizers are not under market driven. All are not administered by the market driven model. But still, even those are driven by the market driven model, still they have this interference by the government. So statement first is incorrect. If you know this, that urea is administered by the government, still the interference is there, and you can deduce that 1 is wrong. Now ammonia is, yes, it is used for production of natural gas, and sulfur. Those of you know that the vehicular combustion or the combustion of this oil, okay, it leads to production of SOx and NOx, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. So definitely you can deduce it that oil refineries, we do the distillation, and that distillation produces byproduct, and definitely sulfur would be there. Because oil is producing sulfur, na? Vehicular emission is causing NOx and SOx. So when oil is, we are using the oil there. So in refineries also, the oil will release the sulfur, though it can be in the form of SOx and NOx or any other gas. Okay, so 2 and 3 are correct, 1 is wrong. So the statement B is the right answer. Coming to the next question, India's desert national park. So we talked about the desert ecosystem. And I think on desert national park, we have one question in our test series. Okay, I covered the 3 sanctuaries located there. So it is situated over 2 districts. Yes, this is the correct statement. It is situated in Jaisalmer and Barmer. Then it has no human habitation. So there, I told you that Thar Desert is the most popular desert in the world. Many people live there. So this statement is a kind of extreme or exaggerated statement that no human habitation. This is in India, this is quite impossible. So you can deduce that 2 is wrong. Then it is a natural habitat for Great Indian Bustard. This I told you that Great Indian Bustard lives in desert area in Rajasthan. So yes, this is right. So 1 and 3 are correct. So C is the correct answer. 96 Siachen Glacier. So Siachen Glacier, those who have read about Operation Meghdoot or a bit read about this recent LAC tension, they might know that Nubra Valley is being used to reach the Siachen. So definitely the Siachen Glacier is located on the north of Nubra Valley. East of Aksai Chin is located here. East of Aksai Chin is Tibet or China. East of Leh is located here. East of Leh is all about this China. North of Gilgit is located in the POK region. North of Gilgit is all about China and Pakistan. So this question was quite easy. This was quite easy question. Okay. So moving on to next one. The next question is, the 36% of India's districts are classified as overexploited by the CGWA. So this comes in the wake of that CWMI index, the groundwater index released by the Niti Aayog last year. It was quite in news because in 2020, the Chennai lost its groundwater resources, exhausted. Okay, so yes, the question becomes obvious, but the specific figure makes it doubtful. So the correct figure is 22%, and UPSC always do so. They often make this figure wrong. Okay, now CGWA is under Environment Act. Yes, India has the largest area under groundwater irrigation. That is also correct. In India, the groundwater irrigation is kind of rising this way, and surface irrigation is reducing because of the polluted rivers. And some data suggests that I told you about this data that 86% of the groundwater is utilized for the purpose of agriculture, while 6% is used by household and 10 to 11% by industries. I gave you this data, I remember it. So 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Okay, you have to deduce it that 1 is wrong, then 2 and 3 is the correct answer. Then next question is about jet streams. So yes, we are still to read about the jet streams. They are in geography. So jet stream is all about the high altitude wind streams going on in the air, and they are present in both northern and southern hemisphere. So statement 1 is wrong. 1 is wrong, that they are only occurring in northern hemisphere. Only लग गया तो पहले ही doubt बना लो कि यहाँ पर गड़बड़ है. Okay, only, लेकिन only के साथ यहाँ some लगा है. So this makes sense. Only some cyclones develop an eye. Yes, tropical cyclones have eye, but the temperate cyclones, they develop wave front. Here we have cold, hot air, and here we have cold air. So wave front, they develop wave front, and this eye has a kind of stability. Stability means low pressure compared to surrounding outside areas. Stability means low, high pressure. Sorry, low pressure. Okay, sorry. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry for this disturbance. Okay, so stability in eye. So this statement is correct, that in temperate cyclones we do not have eye often. Okay, and 1 is wrong. Now coming to this one, the temperature inside the eye is 10 degrees lesser. No, because the stability is always about low pressure compared to peripheral regions where high pressure winds are going on. So when an eye reaches to a location, this is marked by clear weather and rise in temperature. Clear weather and rise in temperature, because stability is here. The wind is here, anti-cyclonic condition prevails. It is kind of high temperature region. So eye has quite higher temperature compared to surroundings. So this is also wrong. So statement 2 only is the correct answer. Then the next one is about among the tiger reserves, which has the largest area under critical tiger habitat. Now this largest area, so you have to deduce it from the manner I told you that Nagarjuna Sri Salim Tiger Reserve has is the largest tiger reserve in the country. It's the largest tiger reserve in the country by area. So here, this criticality is all about developing core and peripheral region. This criticality is all about developing core and peripheral region. So core and peripheral proper development can only take place at in park or in reserve which has appropriate amount of area. Yes or no? In critical tiger reserve, this core area, no habitation, nothing is allowed, and they have properly developed core. While all these, they have lesser area, and here this kind of proper division is not possible. So this critical tiger habitat is covered under this WPA Act 1972, which says that this critical area, the core area in the tiger reserve, they are inviolable. Inviolable means no human settlements is allowed. No human interference is allowed. Okay, so Sri Salem is the right answer. So this has a bit of logic, that the largest tiger reserve would have proper distributed area, and this is going to have largest critical area too. Now environment and geography are over, and I hope that, I know that we were a bit fast, but I hope that I have made it very clear. And if you have any doubt, you can ask it in class. Okay, any doubt you can ask it. And abhi to पूछ ही सकते हो. The things are open now, so you can ask it. Okay. Now coming to science and tech. So most of the major part of science and tech I have covered. Only a bit of questions will be covered by other faculties. But it's not any kind of division. Okay. So this question is asking about the human reproductive technology pro-nuclear transfer. So those who actually 2-3 years back, this 3-parent baby or designer baby, they are quite in news. So in 3-parent baby, the sperm of this male is taken, then female, from the female, this what we say egg is taken, then they are formed into a zygote, then they are transplanted into a womb of a third mother. Okay. See, the problem is the mothers who are having the mitochondrial disease. So the nucleus of the egg contains mitochondria. So from the mother's egg, mitochondrial nucleus is removed. Okay, the mitochondrial nucleus is removed, and then the zygote is formed and is transplanted. Here also nucleus is removed. And then this zygote is transplanted into this third parent. So this is called as 3-parent. Okay, so this pro-nuclear transfer is all about this nuclear transfer we are talking about. Okay, so mother's egg has mitochondria. That mitochondrial problems are there in the egg. Kind of genes are there, na? So this outer part is removed. Only this zygote is formed with the egg and sperm, and then this zygote is later transferred into a third parent. Okay, a third mother whose nucleus from the egg is removed, and this zygote is fitted there, so that this zygote could be developed into proper embryo in this particular egg of the third parent. So this is all about to reduce the problems, so mitochondria related problems which mothers might have. So this was a solution for the this mitochondrial diseases transmitted with heredity. So this is called 3-parent baby or designer baby, which has been legally allowed in the country called Britain. Okay, so this pro-nuclear transfer is all about the transfer I am talking about. And if you know this, if you have this information, you can easily deduce that it is about prevention of mitochondrial diseases in the offspring. Okay. The next question is all about artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, we all know that there are many applications of artificial intelligence. Electricity consumption reduce ho sakta hai? Yes, because artificial intelligence can switch off the lights when no one is there in the room. So yes, and many other such things can be done, right? Then create, this one is quite tough, that's short stories and song, but they are now in the process. So this can be done. Okay, then disease diagnosis, yes, definitely medical application of artificial intelligence is there. Then text to speech conversion, we all know that this can be done. Then wireless transmission of electrical energy, yes, this also can be done. So answer is, generally science and environment have option 1, 2, 3, 4, all D, generally, because when you don't know about 1 or 2, you can reduce it to all, and you can find that most of them are correct. Okay. So VLC is all about the Li-Fi technology. You might have heard about the Li-Fi technology, where light is being used for the purpose of transmitting the signals. Okay, so in VLC technology, this visible electromagnetic spectrum is used. Okay, so yes, the wavelength is 375 to 780 nanometer. It is quite tough, but if you know, if you have in class 12th, you might have heard about this GameX Ultra. We have learned this way, GameX Ultra. Then there was this microwave, then visible rays, then infrared. This was the frequency distribution chart, and we read in class 12th. And from this you can deduce that visible is in there in between somewhere. So gamma has quite high frequency, and infrared, they have lesser frequency. Radio have quite less frequency, but the visible, they are in between. Okay, so on the Vibgyor chart, the visible rays they have in between frequency, which is between 3 to 7. We know that 300 to 700 nanometer. That I know. Okay, but yes, here it was quite specific, so we can deduce this one. So one is correct. One is correct. Then VLC is known for long range optical wireless communication. Yes, but no. Long range cannot be done. Okay, because over in our this light ray, they go in straight direction, and we have quite hurdles. The earth is concave, so we cannot use it for long range. Also in our rooms, yes, it's a VLC, the short range Wi-Fi. Yes, so also in our rooms, if we are using Wi-Fi, light cannot be transmitted from one room to another because of the wall in between. So this is not a long range technology. So if you can only eliminate the second one, you can get the answers. Okay, yes, it has no electromagnetic interference, and that is the advantage of Wi-Fi. It can transmit large amount of data. Yes, Bluetooth is using radio wave signals. Microwave signals, but this VLC is using high frequency waves. Okay, so the data transmission rate is quite high. Now, coming to the next question with the carbon nanotube. So if you know about the carbon nanotubes, carbon, they are allotropes of carbon. Okay, in science, you might have read about this. Carbon nanotubes is all about the allotropes of carbon, where cylindrical form of carbon pipes, cylindrical pipes of carbon are made. Okay, and they are called carbon nanotubes. They are very thin, nanometer diameter. The diameter is of the size of nanometers. Okay, so they can be used as a carrier of drug and antigen. Yes, because they are very much specific. When you inject carbon nanotube in your body, they will only open up. They are less susceptible to damage because of organic decomposition, which occurs in the body for normal tablet or normal device medicine. So they only opens up when they reach the targeted cell. So yes, they are better carriers of antigen and drug. So medical application is quite good. Then they can also be used as artificial blood capillaries. They are quite thin, so they can be replaced by this artificial capillaries. Okay, natural capillaries can be replaced with the artificial capillaries made up of carbon nanotube. Then they can be used as biochemical sensors. In biochemical sensors, what is done? Very small amount of this chemical liquid is taken. Here we have this kind of arrangement, Y type of arrangement, and it has kind of this. If you read this, you will find it that these are carbon nanotube. So when proper chemical arrangement is there, okay, so then only the current flows through the carbon nanotube. They are very good conductors, right? They are part of graphene only, so they are very good conductors. So for a very slightest change of current because of some smell or some chemical change, they can be used to detect, and that is the purpose of sensor, na? So they can be used as biochemical sensors. Then carbon nanotubes are biodegradable. Yes, they are biodegradable because they are only of carbon, organic. So D is the correct answer. But the fourth one is quite tricky. But 1, 2, 3 is there only in D, so you can deduce it. Now the next question is, consider the following activities: spraying pesticides on a crop field, inspecting craters of a volcano, and sample spouting whales for DNA analysis. They can all be done by using drones. So 1, yes, it can be done. 2, it is being done. Volcanoes are being inspected with the help of drones. Okay, craters is the cavity formed at the mouth of volcano, and they are being inspected with the help of drones. Then collecting weed samples. This is quite tricky. Because you might know or might not know about this, that the DNA samples have been taken from the spouts of whales. So this is quite tough, but 1, 2, 3 is the answer, and yes, it is done. Okay, this is quite easy. You only know about 2, but 1 is quite easy. Spraying pesticide, yes, drone can be easily used for this purpose. Third one is quite tricky, but it is now done. So D is the correct answer. Then the next question is this. So the experiment will employ a trio spacecraft flying information in the shape of equilateral triangle. So see, LISA was all about, if you have heard, this was also in news 2-3 years back. The laser interferometer spectrometer analysis. This was all about to test the gravitational waves. Earlier it was assumed to be the force, but actually gravity are waves. Space and time continuum is there, and here they form a space and time continuum fabric. In that fabric, they found that it is because of that some body, if some mass is there, it disturbs this fabric, which creates the kind of shallowness or waviness, this which creates the waviness, right? So LISA was the first such experiment, and it was basically with the help of this equilateral triangle. So, and each side was measuring about 2.5 million kilometers. But to do it practically, we had to make it quite short. So we did it with the help of LISA Pathfinder, which was done by this European Space Agency. Okay, and evolved version of this LISA is evolved LISA, which is having this one arm of 1 million kilometer. So evolved LISA is the correct answer for this one. Okay. And I think you easily can eliminate A and B. Voyager is the mission that has went out, okay, to Neptune, and then New Horizon has also went out from the solar system. So they can easily be eliminated. Okay. Now this next question is all about genetic changes that can be introduced in the cell that produce egg or sperm of a prospective plant. A person's genome can be edited before the birth at the early embryo. Yes. See, those who have read about the genetic changes, they might know that genes can be easily changes for autosomes. The sexual, those sexual genes are there, they can be edited. Okay, and yes, the genome can be edited at the embryonic stage. We have talked about various like that. You might have heard about pluripotent or totipotent cells. Okay, their gene modification is being done. Okay, then 3 parent babies also about gene editing. So, and human induced pluripotent stem cell can be injected into an embryo of pig. So these are also stem cells of human which can grow into any organ of human being. They are at the embryonic stage when embryo is formed. Okay, and these kind of stem cells, they can be injected to any other organism. हमें result नहीं पता क्या बनेगा. Okay, this can be disastrous. Designer organism could be developed by inserting gene of one organism into another, but this can be done. So 1, 2, 3 is the correct answer. Okay. The next one is public key infrastructure. Public key infrastructure is all about digital key infrastructure. Here, public keys are encrypted. Encrypted version of public keys is used for data transfer. Okay, data transfer, and this is mainly done for e-commerce like entities. These entities transfer their data in encrypted format using these public keys. So this public key infrastructure is related to digital security infrastructure. A is the correct answer. Okay. Then the next one is related to the plant. Those from biology might be knowing this, that plant cell have cell wall, but animals के पास नहीं होती. Eliminating one, you will be with this two. Sorry. This one is correct, na? So A and D, you are left with A and D. Okay. Then second one, plants do not have plasma. That's wrong. Plants do have plasma, but animals do not. Eliminating 2, you can easily deduce that answer is C. And mature plants have large vacuoles. That is correct. Animals have very small vacuoles. Okay. So biology is the question from biology. Class 6 to 9 NCERT can easily take you. This one is about benzene pollution. Benzene pollution comes from all of these. Automobile exhaust, tobacco, wood burning, this varnish. Varnish also is about wood, na? And then polyurethane. All of this, they release the benzene. So benzene pollution occurs from all of these. Okay. Okay, friend, that's it. I think I have covered a bit fast, but it was necessary for you to cover the entire thing. So thank you from my side. Now, next session will be taken by next faculty. Okay, thank you.
Hi. So you had an idea about this section, like science and tech and environment. You had an idea about this section. Okay, how will be the question will be asked? The questions were very easy, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Questions were easy.
Yes, sir, they were easy, sir.
They were not easy, I guess so. Very difficult. Okay, so you know now on what level you have to prepare. So this is done to just give you a basic idea. I am uploading the the third section, which will be taken by Sanjeev sir. Okay, he has already prepared with this section, and he will be covering the questions of polity as well. Okay, and basically economics. Just a moment. Okay, so enjoy the last section too. So this is basically for to give you an idea. Okay. Okay. Good luck.
Good evening, guys. After a long time seeing you again. Okay, so today I will discuss polity section as well as economy section. Polity or economy section जो है generally some question maybe science tech or other background से आ सकते हैं, miscellaneous maybe, but most of them will be from polity and economy. How many students gave the examination? Can I have some basic ideas? ये वाला एग्जाम कितने लोगों ने दिया?
Sir, I gave the exam.
Okay, Saloni, you gave. Okay, anyone else? Palak, yes, yes. I received.
So I gave the examination
also. Okay, Siddharth, yes. So I think polity section was a little bit easy or moderate. Yes. Economy and other section maybe average or more than average. Okay, so second number question. I am discussing set A. Question number 2. Rajya Sabha has equal power with Lok Sabha in which of the following? Okay. The matter. Okay, size is little bit. Just 1 minute. Okay. Rajya Sabha has equal power with Lok Sabha. Okay. Matter of creating new All India services. All India services, regarding creation of new All India services, Rajya Sabha has a special power. Okay. If Rajya Sabha pass a resolution with 2/3 majority, then a new 2/3 majority, then a new All India services can be created. Okay. But this is not the power with the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha के पास में ये power नहीं है, Rajya Sabha के पास में special power है. Regarding creating All India services, just like IAS, IPS means जो भी central level पर services है. Amending the constitution. Okay. Amending the constitution, near about all powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha are equal. Okay. Regarding amending the constitution. Removal of government. It is talking about no confidence motion. It is talking about no confidence motion. So, which can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha doesn't have such power. Making quiet motion again can be introduced in Lok Sabha. So, option here B is the right answer. All clear? Which one of the following categories of fundamental right incorporated protecting against the untouchability as the form of discrimination? You know, untouchability article is 17. Okay. Prohibition of untouchability. So it comes under equality, right to equality. Right to freedom, regarding 6 types of the freedom mentioned in Article 19. Okay. Right to constitutional remedies under Article 32. So right to equality, it is related to right to equality. Okay. Now question number 5. In India, separation of judiciary from the executive is enjoyed by directive principle of state policy, directly mentioned in Article number 50. It is just a straightforward question. There is no requirement of explanation. Okay. So I will do all these questions rapidly. Okay. मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा time नहीं है. I think within 1 hour or less than that, I have to cover around 35 to 38 questions. Okay, so per question around 2 minutes I have the time. So जिन लोगों का भी डाउट हो वो पूछ सकते हैं, लेकिन कोशिश यही होगी कि जल्दी से रैपिडली जो है सारे क्वेश्चन मैक्सिमम समझ में आ जाए. Okay, along with the budget, the finance minister also places other document before the parliament which include macroeconomic framework statement. Okay, the A4 said document is presented because this is mandated by not article 112, not article 113, but D the answer. Okay, provision in fiscal responsibility budget management act under 2003. Okay, 2003 में ये बजट पास हुआ था, तो उसमें ये डायरेक्टली अगर आप जाओगे क्लॉज नंबर 3 में, so it is directly mentioned in the fiscal responsibility budget management act. आप उस एक्ट को एक बार पढ़िए, तो सेक्शन 3 में ऑटोमेटिकली all these provisions you will find out over there. Okay, question number 7. A constitutional government by definition is constitution puts certain restrictions over the government. Okay, constitution put certain limitations over the government. So generally limited government has power. जैसा लोग डिसाइड करते हैं वैसा ही गवर्नमेंट के पास पावर होती है. ओके, अथॉरिटी अकॉर्डिंग टू रूल ऑफ लॉ, प्रोसीजर एस्टेब्लिश्ड बाय द लॉ. ओके, सो लिमिटेड गवर्नमेंट, देयर इज लिमिटेशन ओवर द गवर्नमेंट. गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट डू or frame certain policies which is contravene to the constitutional provision. गवर्नमेंट ऐसा कुछ भी फ्रेम नहीं कर सकती है जो कि कंट्रावीन कर रहा हो फंडामेंटल राइट्स को, बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को, या जो भी अगेंस्ट में हो रूल ऑफ लॉ के अगेंस्ट में. ओके, सो लिमिटेड गवर्नमेंट, देयर इज नो एनार्की और आर्बिट्ररी पावर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. Other than fundamental right, which of the following part of the Constitution of India reflects the principle and provision of Universal Declaration Human Right? Universal Declaration Human Right that were declared in 1948. Actually, this was just a framework for whole world. That whole world should frame, provide certain rights, form some principles so that maximum welfare of human being takes place. Okay, जैसे मानो हमारे कंट्री में फंडामेंटल राइट्स हैं, in the same way यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली ने यूनाइटेड नेशन डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट, ओके, ह्यूमन राइट्स को डिक्लेयर किया. मैक्सिमम दीज आर इनकॉर्पोरेटेड बाय द फंडामेंटल राइट और डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी. हम जैसे राइट टू लिबर्टी है, इक्वलिटी है, फ्रीडम है. ओके, all these rights already covered in the United Nations Declaration of Human Right. ये सारे rights जो हैं already उसमें covered हैं. जैसे हमारे article number 12 to 35 है within fundamental right. In the same way, this Universal Declaration Human Right consists their own article from article 1 to article 30. Okay, उसमें सारा कुछ mention है. So generally it has directive principle of state policy. Except fundamental right. Fundamental rights तो already included है, but except fundamental right, directive principle of state policy. But there are certain words which are also similar to our preamble and fundamental duties, which reflected in the preamble and fundamental duties. Okay, just like democratic. This word is mentioned within the Human Right Declaration. This word is also mentioned in our preamble. हमारे preamble में भी है. We the people of India solemnly resolve to constitute India into socialist democratic republic form of India. Okay, just like that. So democratic वहाँ भी mention है और United Nations Declaration Human Right में भी mention है. Fundamental duties, just like education, the last duty, 11th duty, means guardians should provide education to their children between 6 to 14 years. So this right to education also similar with them. So all 1, 2, 3 all are correct. Okay, किसी का डाउट, अगर किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रही हो तो पूछ सकता है. Anybody else? कोई भी 1, 2, 3. Palak, Nitin, Harini, everything all right या कुछ problem है? Kritika, okay, ठीक है. Now question number 11. The parliamentary system of government is on in which? Okay. The political parties in parliament are represented in the government. The government is responsible to the parliament, generally our executives. Executives में जैसे आपका president हो गया, prime minister हो गया, okay, just like council of minister हो गया, okay, prime minister हो गया, okay, attorney general हो गया. All are responsible for the legislatives. Means executives controlled by the legislative. Especially question hour में question के द्वारा उनको responsible ठहराया जाता है. Means जिम्मेदार ठहराया जाता है. So government is responsible to the parliament. Okay, executives जो भी government है, जो भी शासन में बैठे हुए हैं, they are responsible directly to our representative and indirectly to our people. Okay, क्योंकि सभी लोग पार्लियामेंट में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर सकते, so they are responsible for the legislatives who are sitting in the parliament. Other option suit नहीं कर रहे हैं, so leave that one. Otherwise, it will waste time. Which part of the Constitution of India declare the idea of welfare state? So welfare state, generally directive principle of state policy. These provide guidelines. Okay, these provide certain directions to the government. So directive principle of state policy is the right answer here. Fundamental right, no. Welfare state, fundamental right, welfare provide करते, secure करते हैं individual का, okay, not state or society. Community का welfare वो secure नहीं करते, individual का. Preamble, not relevant. 7th schedule regarding division of the list, so not relevant. थोड़ा साइज छोटा है, अगर बड़ा हो जाता it may be better. Okay. Consider the following statement. Okay, all right. So size little bit may be increased or not?
नहीं, it's not an issue.
इतना ही होगा.
क्योंकि PDF का साइज छोटा हो जाएगा. वहाँ पर आपका बड़ा आ रहा है.
Okay, no problem. Question number 13. The Constitution of India defines its basic structure in terms of federalism, secularism, fundamental rights. So it is regarding basic structure. Actually, there is no provision in the Constitution where basic structure has been defined. It has been evolved by different verdict of the Supreme Court of India, just like major verdict in Keswananda Bharati case. Okay. So in different cases, the basic structure of doctrine came into recognition. Basic structure of doctrine came in the contravention with the Golaknath versus case, as well as Keswananda Bharati case and LIC case. Okay, different cases. So basic structure regarding especially amendment power of the parliament. पार्लियामेंट क्या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के सारे पार्ट्स को अमेंड कर सकता है, सारे जो भी एक्ट हैं ऑलरेडी सभी को अमेंड कर सकता है, या रिस्ट्रिक्टेड पावर है? सो इट हैज बीन evolved by different interpretation of Supreme Court of India, not mentioned in the constitution. Second one, Constitution of India provide for judicial review to safeguard the citizens. Okay, liberty to preserve the idea on which constitution is based. So second statement is correct. There is no problem with it. 14th question. One common agreement between Gandhism and Marxism. Gandhism and Marxism common is stateless or classless society. Okay, both were in favor, but their way to achieve it, they follow different methods. One, Marx follow especially the violent way, while Gandhi follow the non-violent way. So final goal of a stateless society, that is correct answer. Classless society is not mentioned here. Here is class structure. Okay, stateless, अब शायद कुछ स्टूडेंट को कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है. स्टेटलेस सोसाइटी अगर हम टिपिकली बात करें मींस देयर इज नो गवर्नमेंट, बट इट इज नॉट द मीनिंग हियर. स्टेटलेस सोसाइटी मींस लिमिटेड गवर्नमेंट, और गवर्नमेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ, और गवर्नमेंट व्हिच कैन बी चेंज्ड बाय द पीपल. ओके, लोगों के द्वारा कोई भी गवर्नमेंट जो रूल रेगुलेशन के अकॉर्डिंग एस्टेब्लिश की गई है, जो हेरिडिटरी नहीं है, मींस मोनार्की नहीं है, कंटिन्यूअसली परमानेंट नहीं है, ओके, फॉर वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम, ऐसी गवर्नमेंट मींस स्टेटलेस सोसाइटी. ओके, so this was objective of both Gandhi as well as Marx. Now question number 15. In the context of India, which one of the following is the characteristic of appropriate for the bureaucracy? Bureaucracy generally सिविल सर्वेंट्स, जो भी IAS ऑफिसर होते हैं या जो भी ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज में वर्क करते हैं, जनरली उनको हम ब्यूरोक्रेट्स कहते हैं, जो पॉलिसीज इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं. ओके, एन एजेंसी विच इंप्लीमेंट द पॉलिसीज मेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट. जो भी पार्लियामेंट रूल रेगुलेशंस कुछ भी न्यू पॉलिसीज बना रहा है, ग्राउंड लेवल पर स्पेशली दीज ब्यूरोक्रेट्स आर रेस्पॉन्सिबल टू इंप्लीमेंट दैट. यही ब्यूरोक्रेट्स जो सिविल सर्वेंट हैं, दे आर नॉट इलेक्टेड, दे आर सेलेक्टेड बाय द UPSC. एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है जिसको एक ऑटोनॉमस पावर दी गई है रिगार्डिंग देयर सिलेक्शंस. सो दीज ब्यूरोक्रेट्स प्रोवाइड गुड क्वालिटी, ओके, रिगार्डिंग इंटेलेक्चुअल पावर टू गवर्नमेंट, while political representative have better connection, understanding of local problems. So it is combination of both. So directly bureaucracy is responsible for implementing the public policies. Okay. किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन हो या कोई डाउट हो तो बता देना. Okay. Because nobody is asking something, तो या तो सब कुछ क्लियर चल रहा है या फिर कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. वैसे अभी तक जितने क्वेश्चन आए, आई डोंट थिंक सो कि किसी को बहुत ज्यादा डाउट होगा या बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होगी. शायद सब कुछ क्लियर होगा, आई थिंक सो. ओके, preamble of Constitution of India. Okay, regarding preamble, whether it is part or not, actually in Golaknath versus case, it was defined it was not a part, it was considered at that time. In case Swanand Bharti case, it was considered that it is integral part. Okay, in Government of India versus LIC case, it was considered as integral part of the constitution. Okay, so constitution का part है या नहीं है, debate was on whether preamble can be amended or not. 42nd amendment द्वारा 3 words ऐड किए गए 1976 में, तो उस समय एक डिबेट अराइज हुआ. अभी भी कई बार बीजेपी के लोग या अदर लोग एट द टाइम ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस, एट द टाइम ऑफ 26 जनवरी, ओके, रिपब्लिक डे, उस समय पर कई बार ओरिजिनल प्रेम्बल को पब्लिश करते हैं, क्योंकि वो इंदिरा गांधी का अमेंडमेंट कई बार बाय पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते. सो many people were against that preamble cannot be changed. They are just like the identity of the constitution which cannot be changed. But maximum people were in favor that preamble can be changed. So it was decided. First, Supreme Court required whether preamble are part of constitution or out of the constitution. अगर out है constitution से तो easily amend हो सकते हैं. अगर within constitution है, then it is very difficult for the amendment. Okay, so amendment के लिए एक procedure होता है, वो procedure must be followed. So in case one of the Bharti case is what decided that preamble are integral part of the constitution, but they are not dependent on the other parts. Other parts पर dependent नहीं है, इसीलिए option आपका D correct हो जाता है यहाँ पर. There will be confusion. कुछ student को I think exam में confusion हुआ वो within option A or option D. They are quite close. Otherwise, option B and C can be easily eliminated. Now question number 18. With reference to the provision contained in part 4th of the Constitution of India, which of the following statement is correct? Part 4, directive principle of state policy from article number 36 to 51. A directive principle of state policy within part 4 of Indian Constitution, and they shall not be legally enforceable by the court. अगर मानो किसी का right to work violate होता है या uniform civil code is not secured, okay, तो कोई कोर्ट में नहीं जा सकता है, okay, for their violation. If there is law, then people can seek to help of the court. अगर गवर्नमेंट ने ऐसा रूल रेगुलेशन बना दिया है, then person can directly seek or knock the door of Supreme Court. ट्रिपल तलाक का अगर गवर्नमेंट ने लॉ बना दिया है, okay, so people can directly seek the help of the court. ठीक है, उसके लिए कोर्ट जा सकते हैं. अदरवाइज अगर सेपरेट लॉ है, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड पर कोई लॉ नहीं फ्रेम किया गया है, तो ये नॉन जस्टिसेबल. ओके, जस्ट 1 मिनट. अगर किसी को कोई डाउट है, he can ask or she can ask. Okay. Now question number 19. 1 minute, please. Preamble, okay, with reference to provision part 4, they shall not be enforceable by the court. And other statement, the principle laid down in this part are to be influence the making of laws by the state. Actually, these are guidelines that inspire the state to frame certain laws. All these guidelines from article 36 to 51, चाहे वो मनरेगा गवर्नमेंट ने स्कीम लॉन्च की हो या अदर स्कीम लॉन्च की हो गई हो, these are based on direct principle of state policy. चाहे वो prohibition of slaughter of cow के लिए लॉ लेकर आए हो. So these are generally the directions on which state government have to frame certain laws. ठीक है. Question number 19. According to the Constitution of India, a person who is eligible to vote can be made a minister in a state for 6 months, even if she is not a member of legislature of the state. So here, person who is eligible to vote. Vote means a person who achieved 18 years of his age. अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति 18 साल का है तो वो वोट कर सकता है. But for being a minister, there is a requirement of age criteria at least 25 years. So basically पहली requirement तो ये हो जाती है, office of profit हो जाता है, या other requirement हो जाती है कि पहले वो किसी house का member तो नहीं है, just like that. So if a person has achieved 18 years of his age, that does not provide guarantee that a person can be made minister. Minister नहीं बनाया जा सकता है. Although there is a provision, if a person who is not a member of either house of state legislature or parliament, he can become a minister. अगर वो इलेक्शन नहीं लड़ा है, अगर वो किसी भी हाउस का मेंबर नहीं है, तो उसको मिनिस्टर बनाया जा सकता है, बट डज नॉट मीन कि एक 18 साल के व्यक्ति को बनाया जा सकता है. सो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. Second one, according to Representation of People Act 1951, a person convicted for a criminal offense sentencing to imprisonment for 5 years. Okay, किसी को 5 साल की सजा हो जाती है in criminal offense. Then after his release, permanently disqualified for contesting an election. तो क्या वो permanently disqualify हो जाएगा election contest करने के लिए? Just like लालू यादव. Okay, उनको जेल हुआ है. I think more than 2 years. So क्या वो permanently disqualify हो जाएंगे? It is not so. It is for 6 years. For next 6 years, okay, he cannot contest the election. अगले 6 साल के लिए वो contest नहीं कर सकता है. Permanently उसे disqualify नहीं किया जाएगा. So answer will be D here. Now 20. Consider the following statement. The President of India can summon a session of Parliament at such a place as he think fit. Article number 85. It provide authority to President of India as he think fit. जैसा वो अच्छा महसूस करता है, कहीं पर पार्लियामेंट का सेशन हेल्ड किया जा सकता है. There is no problem regarding that. Constitution of India provide for 3 sessions of Parliament in a year, but it is not mandatory to conduct all 3 sessions. लेकिन ये mandatory नहीं है. All 3 sessions can be conducted. Okay, here 2 statement will be wrong. Okay, the Constitution of India provide for 3 sessions. Constitution of India is not provided 3 sessions, rather it is a convention. Okay, if Constitution word may not be mentioned here, statement was very much right. ठीक है, ये Constitution of India में कोई भी प्रोविजन नहीं है, ये कन्वेंशन है कि 3 सेशन हेल्ड होंगे, जैसे बजट सेशन, मानसून सेशन, विंटर सेशन. ओके, बट 2 सेशंस आर मैंडेटरी. मैक्सिमम गैप 6 मंथ, 6 महीने का मैक्सिमम गैप हो सकता है. ओके, देयर इज नो मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ डेज दैट पार्लियामेंट इज रिक्वायर्ड टू मीट इन अ ईयर. एक साल में पार्लियामेंट. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज ऑल्सो राइट. आंसर विल बी सी. ओके, ऐसा कुछ भी मेंशन नहीं है. नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 40. पॉलिटी में इफ देयर इज एनी प्रॉब्लम यू कैन आस्क, यू कैन रेज योर डाउट. अगर पॉलिटी में किसी को, आई थिंक पॉलिटी का कोई भी क्वेश्चन नहीं होगा. सभी के पॉलिटी के क्वेश्चन क्लियर हो गए ना, या किसी को किसी भी स्टेटमेंट में कोई डाउट है? Nupur, Rukshana, okay, Nathan. Anyone else? Lakshmi. Nikhil, you are online, but this is going on offline. Okay, everything is clear, so that's good. With reference to blockchain technology, consider the following statement. It is a public ledger. एक public ledger है जिस पर कोई भी अपना डाटा स्टोर कर सकता है. That everyone can inspect. Everyone can inspect. It is open to all, but which no single user control. There is no single user. So statement is very much correct. The structure and design of blockchain is such that all the data in it are about cryptocurrency only. So word, there are some dangerous word, especially जब भी आपके पास में कोई भी word only आता है, all आता है, never आता है. Okay, कुछ ऐसे word हैं जो थोड़ा जम्बो word हैं. These are extreme. ये statement को extreme बना देते हैं. So you should take care about all such words. ऐसे सभी वर्ड्स को थोड़ा सा फोकस करो, अटेंशन क्रिएट करो कि इट इज मेकिंग द स्टेटमेंट एक्सट्रीम. मींस केवल क्रिप्टो करेंसी को रेगुलेट करने के लिए, को फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज हो सकता है, अन्य किसी पर्पस के लिए नहीं हो सकता है. सो दिस स्टेटमेंट इज मेकिंग इट रॉन्ग. कुछ भी आप म्यूजिकल डाटा इस पर शेयर कर सकते हैं, कोई भी अनदर डिफरेंट मानो कुछ मेडिकल डाटा इस पर आप रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं. सो देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. मींस दिस इज नॉट ओनली लिमिटेड टू क्रिप्टो करेंसी. ओके, वाइडली हैज बीन यूज्ड इन क्रिप्टो करेंसी, सबसे ज्यादा क्रिप्टो करेंसी में यूज हुआ है, बट इट डज नॉट mean that it is only limited to the cryptocurrency. So statement 2 is wrong here. Application that depend on basic feature of blockchain can be developed without anybody's permission. There is no requirement of permission. Already some mathematical calculation formula, some algorithm, okay, work to create unique code to store each and every one data in block format, okay, which are connected in the chain. That's why name blockchain technology. So statement 1 and 3 here are right. 2 because axiom statement, that's why it is wrong. If another global financial crisis happen in the near future, अगर near future में another global financial crisis होगा, which of the following action policy are most likely to be give some immunity to government of India? So government of India को कौन सी ऐसी फैसिलिटीज हैं, कौन से ऐसे प्रोविजंस हैं जो सम इम्यूनिटी दे सकते हैं, सम रिलीफ दे सकते हैं ड्यूरिंग ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, नॉट डिपेंडिंग ऑन शॉर्ट टर्म फॉरेन बोरोइंग्स. शॉर्ट टर्म फॉरेन बोरोइंग मींस किसी फॉरेन बैंक से बोरो कर लिया, फॉरेन एजेंसी से बोरो कर लिया, फॉरेन गवर्नमेंट से बोरो कर लिया फॉर शॉर्ट टर्म मींस लेस देन 1 ईयर, 1 साल से कम टाइम के लिए. ओके, सो that is right statement. Opening up more foreign banks in financial crisis, they may be drained out. Okay, foreign banks जो है complexity में automatically आ सकते हैं, so there is no problem, it is irrelevant. Maintaining full capital account convertibility. Maintaining full account convertibility means no charge over converting the rupee into foreign currency. Foreign currency में freely rupee को convert किया जाए. There is no restrictions of RBI or any other authority. Okay, आप रुपी को डॉलर में चेंज करना चाहते हैं तो freely जो भी मार्केट मैकेनिज्म है, जो भी मार्केट फोर्सेस है, डिमांड सप्लाई, उस पर रन करें. So that is also not supporting the statement in case of financial crisis, because if there will be no authority, then it will immediately have great effect over the rupee. So statement 1 is right here. Okay, so answer is A here. Now 50 question. अगर किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो आप पूछ लेना, हार नहीं सब कुछ. अगर किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम हो, you can ask regarding that.
Is the last option similar to currency swaps, sir?
Sorry, currency swap.
Yes, sir. I mean, convertibility of currency is
Full capital
account
account convertibility means आप freely रुपी को फॉरेन करेंसी में चेंज कर पाए. सो ड्यूरिंग फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, ओके, जब भी ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस होगा, देयर विल बी a liquidity problem in the international market. इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में ऑलरेडी जो कुछ इंटरनेशनल डोमिनेंट करेंसी हैं, यूएस डॉलर हो गया, यूरो हो गया, एनएनबी हो गया, येन हो गया, ठीक है, ऑलरेडी उनकी लिक्विडिटी कहीं ना कहीं क्राइसिस में चल रही होगी. इफ देयर विल बी नो रेगुलेशन, नो कंट्रोल, फुल अकाउंट कन्वर्टिबिलिटी होगी, तो दैट विल नॉट बी फिजिबल ड्यूरिंग ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस. उस समय ये इम्यूनिटी नहीं देगा गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को. अगर मानो रेगुलेशन है तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कैन इंक्रीज द प्राइस और डिक्रीज द कन्वर्टिबिलिटी. जो भी टैरिफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया या जो भी रूल रेगुलेशन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इंपोज कर रही है, ओके, स्पेशली आरबीआई अगर मेंटेन कर रही है उसको, तो ड्यूरिंग फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, ये इम्यूनिटी नहीं प्रोवाइड करेगा. ओके, अगर मेंटेन कर रही है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया या कोई रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी, तो फिर इम्यूनिटी कुछ हमारे पास चांसेस है कि शायद वी कैन प्रोटेक्ट, ठीक है, हम रुपी को उसकी वैल्यू डिग्रेड होने से शायद कुछ हद तक प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं।
यस सर।
ओके हार्दिक?
यस सर।
अगर बिल्कुल ही मार्केट के भरोसे छोड़ दिया, अगर कोई भी उसको रेगुलेट नहीं करेगा, आरबीआई कोई भी हाथ नहीं लगाएगी कन्वर्टिबिलिटी में, तो फिर फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस में ये इकोनॉमी को कोलैप्स भी कर सकता है। तो यहाँ पर इम्यूनिटी की बात हो रही है, सम इम्यूनिटी मींस कुछ राहत दे सकता है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को।
यस।
Now, if you withdraw 1 lakh rupees, okay, in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, आपने demand deposit किया, that can be provided or written at maturity date, okay. The immediate effect on aggregate economy supply in the economy will, देखो दो कंडीशन हो जाती है, आपका डिमांड डिपॉजिट है, मैच्योरिटी डेट पर आपको मिलेगा पैसा जो भी पहले उस पॉलिसी के अकॉर्डिंग तय हुआ है विद इंटरेस्ट, ओके, या 2 times या 3 times या 10 times डिपेंड ऑन द टाइम पीरियड। मानो आपने 1 लाख रुपीस विड्रॉल कर लिया फ्रॉम योर डिमांड डिपॉजिट अकाउंट फ्रॉम द बैंक, देन you will utilize that money into the market or you may hold for some time. आप उस पैसे को अपने पास भी रख सकते हो, स्टोर कर सकते हो, या आप उसे इमीडिएटली मार्केट में स्पेंड कर दोगे। इफ देयर इज इमीडिएट एक्सपेंडिचर, देन मार्केट में 1 लाख रुपए की जो सर्कुलेशन है मनी की वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगी। ओके, द स्टॉक मनी और सर्कुलेटिंग मनी बोथ आर डिफरेंट, ठीक है, स्टॉक मनी एंड सर्कुलेटिंग मनी बोथ आर डिफरेंट। अगर स्टॉक मनी है then it will have no effect over the market economy. अगर मार्केट में स्पेंड किया है आपने, then it will increase the flow, the supply of the money. Okay, so there is not necessary. मानो बैंक के पास भी अगर 1 लाख रुपीस है, if bank is also holding 1 lakh rupees, then bank may also utilize that money into dealing with another customer, या किसी कंपनी को दे दिया, या कहीं भी स्पेंड किया, मींस बैंक कैन आल्सो स्पेंड इन द मार्केट। सो मे और मे नॉट, देयर इज नो नेसेसिटी दैट इट विल इंक्रीज बाय 1 lakh rupees. Money supply in the market will increase 1 lakh rupees. It is not necessary. So जनरल यहाँ पर 2 ऑप्शन बनते हैं, या तो इंक्रीज हो जाएगी या लीव अनचेंज, बट मोर सुटेबल ऑप्शन इज लीव अनचेंज, क्योंकि शायद बैंक भी उसको यूज कर रहा होगा, शायद आप उसको स्टॉक करें, may not use in the market immediately. Okay, so D is most suitable option here. With reference to foreign direct investment in India, which one of the following is considered its major characteristic? Foreign direct investment के according, which can be considered is major characteristic. Okay, foreign direct investment is an investment in our country by a foreigner. कोई भी इंटरप्रेन्योर हो सकता है, कोई भी कंपनी हो सकती है, या फॉरेन गवर्नमेंट हो सकती है। सो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, इट इज इन्वेस्टेड थ्रू कैपिटल इंस्ट्रूमेंट एसेंशियली इन द लिस्टेड कंपनी। देयर इज नो रिस्ट्रिक्शन रिगार्डिंग, मतलब लिस्टेड कंपनी में ही केवल स्पेंड होगा, इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी। इट इज लार्जली नॉन डेप्ट क्रिएटिंग, यस वी आर नॉट टेकिंग डेप्ट, बट इट इज द फॉरेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स इंटरेस्ट, उसका इंटरेस्ट है कि शायद उसकी मनी इंक्रीज हो जाएगी, ओके, उसकी कैपिटल कहीं ना कहीं इंक्रीमेंट होगा, सो दैट्स व्हाई ही इज स्पेंडिंग। स्टेटमेंट बी इज मोस्ट सुटेबल, राइट आंसर। सी जस्ट अपोजिट है, और डी इन्वेस्टमेंट मेड बाय द फॉरेन इंस्टीट्यूट इन द गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी, प्राइवेट में भी स्पेंड कर सकता है, गवर्नमेंट भी स्पेंड कर सकता है, इट इज नॉट सो। ओके, 52.
Sir, a question, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in the 50th question, in the previous question, sir.
58th.
Yes. Sir,
51st.
58th. 50.
Okay, 50. Yes, please.
Sir, in the money supply, sir. So okay. The money supply increases if the money supply increases if the government mints more money, और सब बाहर से लोन लेते हैं, तब मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज होता है। बिकॉज अगर मैं अकाउंट से पैसे निकाल रहा हूँ then तो it's only change of hands. मतलब मैं एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जा रहा हूँ, तो मनी तो उतना ही है, बट मनी सप्लाई, अगर हम मनी सप्लाई कंटेक्स्ट में बात कर रहे हैं सर, तो मनी सप्लाई तो तभी इंक्रीज होगा जब गवर्नमेंट और पैसे मिंट करेगी, कहीं से लोन लेगी, तो इकोनॉमी में फ्लो करेगा सर मनी सप्लाई।
नॉट नेसेसरी, कई बार लिक्विडिटी क्रंच होता है, कई बार लोग बाग बाई मार्केट फियर इन्वेस्ट ही नहीं करना चाहते हैं मार्केट में लिक्विडिटी प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है। ओके, लोगों के पास पैसा है, मानो लोग उसे स्टोर कर रहे हैं, होल्ड कर रहे हैं, देन देयर विल बी अ लैक इन मनी सप्लाई। सो इट इज नॉट स्पेशली रिलेटेड टू द गवर्नमेंट। ठीक है, मनी सप्लाई जब भी मानो गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी अपनी कोई भी पब्लिक जो भी एसेट्स हैं गवर्नमेंट के, मानो पब्लिक इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, जो भी कुछ गवर्नमेंट के एसेट्स हैं या प्राइवेट इंडिविजुअल के अपने एसेट्स हैं, अगर वो उसको सेल कर देगा, ठीक है, तो मनी सप्लाई इंक्रीज होगी। अगर वो परचेज करेगा तो मनी सप्लाई कम होगी। ऐसे ही आरबीआई ओपन मार्केटिंग ऑपरेशन एक कंसेप्ट होता है जिसमें आरबीआई जनरली गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी को सेल कर देती है या परचेज कर लेती है, वो लिक्विडिटी मेंटेन करने के लिए कि सप्लाई ऑफ मनी अभी मार्केट में कितनी है। अगर सप्लाई ऑफ मनी मार्केट में ज्यादा हो जाती है तो कई बार इन्फ्लेशन मतलब इंक्रीज हो जाता है, लोगों के पास ज्यादा पैसा होता है, गुड्स उतनी क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस नहीं होते हैं, तो गुड्स की जो डिमांड है, ठीक है, वो बढ़ जाती है। जब लोगों के पास ज्यादा पैसा होगा तो वो ज्यादा पैसा ऑफर करेंगे टू परचेज पर्टिकुलर गुड्स। तो इसमें क्या होता है कि मनी की वैल्यू रिड्यूस हो जाती है और गुड्स की वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है। ठीक है, तो इन्फ्लेशन को मेंटेन करने के लिए आरबीआई भी ऐसा करती है, गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी को परचेज करती है या सेल कर देती है। मनी सप्लाई जब तक मनी स्टॉक में है, जब तक आप अपनी पॉकेट में रख रहे हो, आप कहीं मार्केट में स्पेंड नहीं कर रहे हो, आप कोई अपना एसेट सेल नहीं कर रहे हो, तो तब तक मनी अपनी वैल्यू को लगभग लूज कर देगी। ठीक है, अगर मनी मार्केट में रन करती है, आप स्पेंड करते हो उसको, ठीक है, तो मनी वैल्यू इंक्रीज होगी। Anything, Arpit?
Sir, clear, sir. Right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. With reference to the international trade of India at present, which of the following statement is correct? International trade, आपको एक general idea होगा. I think with general idea you can solve this question. That we are import-led country. Import ज्यादा होता है, export कम होता है. Okay. Import-led country, we always face fiscal deficit. Means जो भी एक्सपोर्ट हो रहा है और जो भी इंपोर्ट हो रहा है, अगर उसको हम मॉनेटरी वैल्यू में कैलकुलेट करें, ठीक है, हमेशा हमारे पास एक डिफिसिट होती है, ट्रेड बैलेंस जो है कहीं ना कहीं नेगेटिव होता है। ओके, सो दिस इज all about this. 52 is question. India's merchandise export are less than its merchandise import. Import से merchandise export ज़्यादा है. Merchandise you can consider any good which is especially for the sale purpose. ठीक है, जो लाया गया है केवल बेचने के लिए. So statement 1. Merchandise export are less than the merchandise import. Import ज़्यादा होता है, export कम होता है. Statement 1 is right. 2. India's import of iron, steel, chemical, fertilizers and machinery have decreased in recent year. Recent year में ऐसा हुआ है. Generally, each and everything is increasing. Okay. अगर जनरल कंसेप्ट से भी इसे सॉल्व किया जाए तो सब कुछ मतलब प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हो रहा है, कंजम्पशन इंक्रीज हो रहा है, पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज हो रहा है. सो इम्पोर्ट बहुत ही रेयर कंडीशन में ऐसा होगा जब इंडिया में प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा होगा किसी चीज का तो इंपोर्ट कम हो सकता है, अदरवाइज इंपोर्ट भी ज्यादा होगा. सो सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ सर्विसेज आर मोर देन इट्स इंपोर्ट. इंडिया इज सर्विस लेड कंट्री, सर्विस सरप्लस कंट्री. हम काफी ज्यादा सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करते हैं ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड. ओके, सो थर्ड स्टेटमेंट राइट. इंडिया सफर फ्रॉम एन ओवरऑल ट्रेड डिफिसिट. That I also explained. Answer will be D. Clear? 52. 54. In the construct of Indian economy, non-financial debt include which of the following? Non-financial debt. Non-financial debt or financial debt, स्पेशली फाइनेंशियल डेप्ट की जब हम बात करते हैं तो किसी कंपनी से रिलेटेड होता है जो कुछ बॉन्ड्स या पेपर सेल करती है टू गेट टू फैच मोर मनी फ्रॉम द पब्लिक, ठीक है, पब्लिक से। सो उस केस में जनरली वो जो है एक फाइनेंशियल डेप्ट होता है, इट इज नॉन फाइनेंशियल। अगर कोई हाउस होल्ड लोन ले रहा है बैंक से, ठीक है, सो इट इज कम्स अंडर नॉन फाइनेंशियल डेप्ट। अमाउंट आउटस्टैंडिंग ऑन क्रेडिट कार्ड, अगर कोई क्रेडिट कार्ड से कुछ भी परचेज किया, कुछ भी अगर उस पर अमाउंट हो जाता है, दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉन फाइनेंशियल डेप्ट। एंड ट्रेजरी बिल्स दैट इशूड बाय द गवर्नमेंट, ओके, टू रिसीव मनी फ्रॉम द पब्लिक, पब्लिक से मनी गेट करने के लिए। सो ऑल दीज कम्स अंडर नॉन फाइनेंशियल, ओके, नॉन फाइनेंशियल डेप्ट। क्लियर? Now question number 55. In India, why some nuclear reactor kept under IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, okay, safeguard, while others are not? IAEA के safeguard में कुछ को रखा गया है, around 14 nuclear plants को जो है Atomic Energy Agency के अंतर्गत रखा गया है, बाकी others को नहीं रखा गया है। It decided by the country. ओके, इंडिया ने खुद डिसाइड किया था कि कितने को हम IAEA के सेफगार्ड के अंदर रखते हैं। इट इज जनरली डिसाइडेड बेस्ड ऑन सोर्स ऑफ यूरेनियम, सोर्स ऑफ मटेरियल, जो भी न्यूक्लियर मटेरियल है उसका सोर्स क्या है, वेदर डोमेस्टिक और फॉरेन, किसी फॉरेन कंट्री से आ रहा है या खुद की कंट्री में पैदा हो रहा है। देन most suitable option, some use imported uranium while other use domestic supplies, okay, so जहां imported uranium use हो रहा है, okay, वहां पर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया या इंटरनेशनल एटॉमिक एनर्जी एजेंसी की सेफगार्ड के अंदर मॉनिटरिंग के अंदर रख दिया जाता है। इंटरनेशनल एटॉमिक एनर्जी स्पेशली वर्क ऑन नॉन प्रोलिफरेशन ऑफ न्यूक्लियर मटेरियल, जो भी न्यूक्लियर मटेरियल या न्यूक्लियर रिच वीपन्स हैं इनका प्रोलिफरेशन ना हो, इनमें इंक्रीमेंट ना हो, जनरली इसकी सेफगार्ड के लिए इंटरनेशनल अथॉरिटी है, ओके, एजेंसी है, तो वो मॉनिटर करती रहती है, कभी भी आकर वॉच करेगी कि आपका यूरेनियम कितना एनरिच हो रहा है, वेदर इट इज बिलो द लेवल दैट हैज बीन फिक्स्ड बाय IAEA और इट हैज बीन एनरिच मोर टू यूटिलाइज इन न्यूक्लियर वीपन, ओके। कहीं कोई कंट्री चुपके से अपना न्यूक्लियर वीपन तो नहीं डेवलप कर रही है या पीसफुल पर्पस के लिए न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर रन कर रही है। सो IAEA safeguard most probably the use of resources, the supply, okay। 56. With reference to the trade related investment measure TRIM, which of the following statement is correct? I have to finish, sir.
How much questions?
Question number 57, 58. I think not more than 10 or 5, 6.
You can finish by like 7, 5.
7, 5, 7, 3 already. Okay, well, 7, 10. Yeah. By 7, 10 I will finish. There is no problem. The quantitative restriction on import of foreign investment are prohibited. First statement is right. Okay, the apply of investment measure related to the trade in both goods and services. If you find or if you search over WTO website just like that, so only good is mentioned over there. This question can be easily solved by elimination method. 2 is wrong. Okay, if 2 is wrong, then automatically answer is C. Even if you know that whether trade by WTO, okay, accepted, conducted, and goods and services both or only in goods. अगर इतना आपको knowledge है, then easily you can track. Even you don't have to study statement 1 and 2. Third statement, they are not concerned with the foreign regulation of foreign investment. Yes, statement is right, not concerned with that. Now, if RBI decided to adopt an expansionist monetary policy, which of the following would do? Cut and optimize the statutory liquidity ratio. स्टेचुटरी लिक्विडिटी रेशियो को कट करेगी या ऑप्टिमाइज करेगी तो ऑटोमेटिकली एक्सपेंशन होगा, मींस बैंक हैव मोर मनी टू लैंड, बैंक्स के पास ज्यादा मनी होगी कस्टमर को लोन प्रोवाइड करने के लिए, सो इट इज एक्सपेंशनरी. इंक्रीज द मार्जिनल स्टैंडिंग फैसिलिटी, B is correct statement. Marginal standing facility provide provisions for the bank, especially during emergencies, to borrow money from the RBI. RBI से बैंक borrow कर सकते हैं money को. Okay. Cut the bank rate and repo rate. That is also expansionary policy. 1 and 3 जो है, अगर rate cut होगा, bank rate या repo rate cut होगा, तो money supply increase करेगी market में. ठीक है, लोगों को कम इंटरेस्ट पर लोन मिलने लगेगा. Now 58. With reference to Indian economy after 1991 economic liberalization, consider the following statement. Workers' productivity decrease. Okay, workers' productivity, actual productivity after liberalization was decreased. First statement is wrong. The percentage share of rural areas in workforce steadily increased. Even today, अगर आप 1991 रिफॉर्म को भी कंसीडर ना करें, still migration from rural areas to urban area continuously increase हो रहा है. तो percentage share of rural areas in workforce, जब migration ज्यादा हो रहा है from rural areas to urban area, then this statement is wrong. Statement 1 and 2 is wrong. In rural areas, the government and non-farm economy increased. That is correct statement. Non-farm economy activity was increased after liberalization. Fourth, the growth rate in rural employment decreased. That is also right statement. So answer will be B. 3 and 4 only. Now 59. Consider the following in terms of short-term credit delivery to agriculture sector. District, central, cooperative banks, especially these banks developed to provide credit in agriculture. Okay, deliver more credit in comparison to scheduled commercial bank. I think such type of questions already came in the examination. So commercial bank maximum provide credit related to agriculture. Okay. This statement is wrong. One of the most important function of DCV is to provide funds to the primary agriculture credit societies to balance the agriculture societies and to provide credit during any financial shortage to agriculture credit society. That was main objective, one of the prime objective of DCCB banks. Okay. Answer will be B only. किसी को डाउट हो तो पूछ लेना, otherwise I am facing some shortage of time. 60. In India, under cyber insurance for individual, which one of the following benefits are generally covered in addition to payment for the loss of fund and other benefit? Only 2 statement, that is cost of new computer if someone miscreants willfully. Okay. So willfully damage, कोई भी miscreants, then it will not be covered. Otherwise, all provisions will be covered under cyber insurance. 61. In which of the following can be considered as public investment in agriculture? Here, question I think is very simple. Question काफी simple है. आपको ये understand करना पड़ेगा कि investment क्या होता है, subsidies क्या होता है. Cyber insurance, you can, Nikhil, you can understand insurance. किसी भी डैमेज के लिए एक इंश्योरेंस लिया जाता है by individual. Related with the cyber means related to cyber crime. Okay, cyber fraud. कोई भी अगर डैमेज होता है, then cyber insurance is provided by different companies, agencies to individuals. Okay. #61. India, which of the following considered as public investment? देखो पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या होता है और सब्सिडीज में क्या डिफरेंस है. जस्ट लाइक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज प्रोवाइडिंग, जस्ट सपोज दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट इज प्रोवाइडिंग फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. ओके, फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, तो ये इन्वेस्टमेंट, इट इज नॉट अ इन्वेस्टमेंट, इट इज अ सब्सिडी. मींस पब्लिक मनी, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ दिल्ली इज यूटिलाइजिंग पब्लिक मनी. जो भी पब्लिक टैक्स कलेक्ट हो रहा है उसको फ्री इलेक्ट्रिसिटी प्रोवाइड, कंपनी जो भी रन कर रही हैं वो तो चार्ज कर रही हैं पैसा. ओके, वो दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट से ले रही है. दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट कहां से ले रही है? लोगों से ले रही है. सो इट इज नॉट एन इन्वेस्टमेंट. इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है जहां पर कुछ एसेट्स क्रिएट हो, जहां पर कुछ प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हो, जहां पर कुछ फ्यूचर में कुछ कैपिटल फॉर्म हो सके. ओके, ऐसा होता है इन्वेस्टमेंट. अदरवाइज ऑल आर सब्सिडीज. सो फिक्सिंग मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस, एमएसपी अभी भी 3 फार्म बिल इंट्रोड्यूस हुए थे या पास हुए बाय द पार्लियामेंट, उस पर भी एमएसपी. तो एमएसपी इज सिक्योरिटी दैट प्रोवाइडेड टू द फार्मर्स. इट इज नॉट इन्वेस्टमेंट कि अगर मार्केट में फ्यूचर में सडन फॉल होता है इन द प्राइसेस, इट इज सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइडेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट. ओके, तो गवर्नमेंट एमएसपी पर उसे परचेज करेगी या गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज जितनी है एमएसपी पर परचेज करेंगे. कंप्यूटराइजेशन प्राइमरी एग्रीकल्चर डेफिनेटली इन्वेस्टमेंट है, इंक्रीमेंट होगा. सोशल कैपिटल डेवलपमेंट, okay, yes. Free electricity, not. Waiver of agriculture loan, no. Setting of cold storage, definitely yes. ठीक है, तो 236 हो जाए आंसर. आई थिंक क्लियर हो गया होगा सभी को. What is the importance of term interest coverage ratio? Interest coverage ratio जैसे आपकी क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसी आपकी मतलब एक सिविल स्कोर होता है, ऐसे यू कैन कंसीडर द इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो फॉर द कंपनीज. Generally it helped to understand the capability of companies to pay the interest on particular loan. ठीक है, तो बैंक को इजीली अंडरस्टैंड हो जाता है अगर किसी की बेटर है इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो, तो बैंक इजीली उसको लोन दे देगा या फिर वो कंपनी इजीली लोन को पे कर सकती है. ठीक है. It helps in understanding the present risk of firm that a bank is going to give the loan. Definitely yes. It helps to evaluate the emerging risk of the firm that bank is going to give the loan. ठीक है, कितना रिस्क है कितना नहीं है. अगर बेटर है इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो तो बैंक इजीली दे देगा कि इसकी कैपेबिलिटी अच्छी है. ओके, इंटरेस्ट पे करने में. द हायर द बोरोइंग फर्म लेवल इंटरेस्ट कवरेज रेशियो द वर्स. नो, स्टेटमेंट 3 इज रॉन्ग, कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट कर रहा है. ओके, so answer will be 1 and 2. Which of the following factor policies were affecting the price of rice in India? Price of rice, MSP, definitely. अगर बहुत ज्यादा प्राइस लो हुआ तो गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज, FCI फूड कॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ इंडिया के जो भी स्टोरेज है, गोदाम है, वो परचेज करेंगे MSP पर. ये गवर्नमेंट एश्योर करती है एट द टाइम ऑफ सोइंग क्रॉप. जब फार्मर्स अपनी फसल बोते हैं उस समय पर गवर्नमेंट एश्योर करती है कि एमएसपी पर अगर मार्केट में नहीं परचेज किया गया तो गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी परचेज करेंगे. ओके, गवर्नमेंट्स ट्रेडिंग, गवर्नमेंट जो भी ट्रेड करती है, एक्सपोर्ट करती है या इंपोर्ट करती है, डेफिनेटली इफेक्ट. और गवर्नमेंट कोई मानो पल्सेस को इंपोर्ट कर रही है तो उसका प्राइस फॉल होगा, अगर नहीं कर रही है डेफिनेटली इंक्रीज होगा. गवर्नमेंट स्टॉक पाइलिंग, यस, अगर गवर्नमेंट स्टोर कर रही है. एंड कंज्यूमर सब्सिडीज, डेफिनेटली सभी कुछ इफेक्ट करेंगे. डी आंसर. कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट. द वैल्यू ऑफ इंडो श्रीलंका ट्रेड हैज कंसिस्टेंटली इंक्रीज नहीं हुआ है. ग्राफ इज जस्ट लाइक दिस मींस कभी डिप हुआ है और कभी लास्ट डिकेड में राइज हुआ है. द टेक्सटाइल आर्टिकल्स, आप जानते हो कि कॉटन का काफी कुछ वर्क होता है, सिल्क रिलेटेड वर्क. सो स्टेटमेंट 2 इज राइट in case of India and Bangladesh. Okay, just I am wrapping up 1, 2, 3 question. Okay, in the last 5 years Nepal has been the largest trading partner. No, statement is wrong. नेपाल के साथ हमारे रिलेशन काफी डेटोरिएट हुए हैं in last decade. Okay, और especially it is talking about South Asia. Under the Kisan Credit Card scheme, the short-term credit support is given to farmers for which of the following? So these are already mentioned provision. मैंने सब कुछ provision mention कर दिए हैं. What can be covered within the Kisan Credit Card and what cannot be covered. Just like purchase of combine हार्वेस्टर, ट्रैक्टर, ठीक है, कोई भी अगर कैपिटल गुड परचेज किया जाए by the farmers, they are not covered under the Kisan credit card. Otherwise, all post harvest and all these schemes covered by the Kisan credit card. So easily you can understand this question. There is no problem. Consider the following statement 67. The weightage of food in consumer price index is higher than wholesale price. इसीलिए RBI ने 2014 में CPI को adopt किया in comparison to WPI, क्योंकि WPI wholesale price index is not reflecting the actual change in the market. Okay, जो भी retail वगैरह में change हो रहा है, that is reflected actually by the consumer price index. So weightage is higher. To WPI does not capture change in the price of services, which CPI does. Definitely, okay. Market में जो भी change होता है, rapidly it accepted by CPI, not WPI. So answer will be A. 69. In case of all cereals, pulses, oilseed, the procurement at minimum support prices is unlimited. No government each and every time. Okay, just like cereals या rice 20,000 ton. Okay, just like that. ऐसा government data MSP release करती है, उसके समय देती है. Means there is limitation, not unlimitation. The case of cereal and pulse MSP is fixed in the state and duty. No, vary from state to state. Okay, so neither statement is correct. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following: consumer papers is short-term loan, unsecured promissory note. So first statement is right. Second, certification of deposited and long-term loan, long-term nahi, short-term. Okay. Second statement is wrong. Call money is short-term money. बहुत छोटा हो गया. Wait. मुझे ऐसा आइडिया होता I will prepare that PPT rather than.
Now is it fine? Is it fine?
Yes. Third statement is right. Call money is short-term finance used interbank transaction. Okay. Zero coupon bonds are interest bearing. Short-term bonds, long-term bonds, and they do not bear the interest. Okay. They bear zero interest. I think this is final question. I have already mentioned explanation over there, and I think coverage comprehensively, जो भी data requirement, I think I have covered all these things. If you have any doubt, you can raise your doubt. Otherwise, we are going to finish this session. Time is too late. Anyone else? Last 1 or 2 minutes, please raise your doubt. Okay, Nikhil, thank you. And welcome all. I think you understand and have some clarity. Okay, thank you very much. Good night.